Okay. Hello. Hello and welcome. I think we're live. Hello and welcome. I have a couple of very good friends here with me, Rod Thunderheart
Good day,
and
good day.
William Shakespielberg.
Good evening.
Oops.
Howdy,
And
howdy,
yeah,
sir.
this is Canadian Spider-Man. Yeah, and the Avatar brought to you by our good friend, the Comic Relief Crusader. Thanks for this, Mike. I meant to see. I'm just new. I meant to do that. Do you see how it's up in the corner there now? That's the logo. That's called the logo on StreamYards, and this is called the overlay. So there you go. We're learning. Anywho,
Yeah, nice.
yeah, welcome. And let's throw up the comments here. Hello and welcome, Eugene Bird. Welcome. Um, so we have a special. I'm broadcasting for the first time from this is my RV. This is my home away from home when I travel around British Columbia. Uh,
Huh.
and I have decorated the RV with postcards from my all kinds of my trips and travels all around the world. So there's a bunch of memorabilia and maps that I've put on the walls and so forth. So I thought this place has memories of a lot of my trips on it. So I thought this would be a perfect location to do a travel stream from, and why not? And
Nice.
to prove that I am actually Rod, William Shakespielberg, would you both like to hear the engine?
Sure.
Absolutely.
It's a 440.
Oh, wow.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
haven't started in a while. Hey, Carla Burton. Hey, welcome to you.
Hey, Carl.
Oh, it'll start.
Eugene Bird.
It's
Good
a,
to see you.
it's an old. It's before what you call it, fuel injection. Eh? So they're you gotta
Oh, yeah, yeah. Carbureted.
That's it. Oh, come on. Well, now it's playing games with me. There we
Oh,
go.
man.
There it
I'll
is.
put the mic. Now this thing has the engine. This has the engine right inside the cab. It's right between the passenger seat and the driver's seat, right? So the
Ah,
engine is right there, and I'll put the mic. Yeah. There we go, folks. So we are actually in an RV. I've had this thing doing 120 on the highway. Allegedly, no, I haven't. No, that's a wild goose story. Yeah, don't believe that. Anyway, welcome, Carla, and Carla's saying hello to everybody, and Eugene
hey,
Bird.
old Carl.
So we're not here to talk about engines and cars. We're here to talk about Portugal, and yeah, it's one of my favorite spots in all the world. I like it because the culture. I mean, this place has unique architecture as well. The food. Their buildings actually have ceramic tile on the decorated on the outside of their buildings, and like the entire building, all four sides. In some cases, a lot of homes have their numbers in like hand done little tile, and just the architecture is amazing. Cobblestone streets, the food. I mean, because Portugal goes right down. It's on the sort of the west coast of Spain, and it's right between the Atlantic Ocean and Spain, and all around the coast, and it's right there. So the seafood is amazing. Escargot is something they eat, which is of course the snails. Yeah. What do you know about the food or the wine, Rod? Do you know anything about the cuisine of Portugal, or do you have any? Have you ever been to a Portuguese restaurant? While I pull up the pictures here.
I have not, but I do know that simply by having visited my liquor store, that I've definitely seen the Portugal has every bit of big wine wine choices that every other country out there has. That's all I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, and in particular, what kind of wine originates from Portugal? Do you know? Can you name a city in Portugal besides Lisbon? A lot of people can't, and I probably couldn't before I went there. But Lagos is a city. Oporto is another one of my favorite cities. It's in the north of Portugal. Lagos is in the south. It's a beach town, surfing, tropical, and Oporto is in the north. Do you know what kind of wine comes from Oporto? William
I'm drawing a.
Shakespielberg?
I'm drawing a
I
blank.
do know. I do know. I'm not going to spoil it for Rod though. Let's give him a
Oh
shot.
no, he can spoil it because I'm drawing a blank anyway.
It's really easy. It's port wine.
Port
Port
wine
wine.
comes from
I know
Oporto.
he's going to hate himself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and in fact,
sweet
in
and
some
rich.
of the in some literature, you can find Oporto just called Porto. They omit
Yeah.
the first O,
Right.
and they call it Oporto. And so that's where port wine comes from. And I sampled my fair share. I wasn't driving anywhere, so I definitely sampled that. And one of my it's beautiful. The fun thing about um, Oporto is a St. John's Hammer Festival, and that takes place around the end of June every year. And I've got incredible photos and some videos of that, so that's amazing. And let me
Cool.
see. Yeah, I do. I've got it.
You know what we didn't do, Canadian Spider-Man?
Yeah, what's that?
We didn't. We didn't welcome the guests in Portuguese tonight.
Oh, of course, how silly of me.
Shall we?
Yeah, please go ahead.
It goes something like this. Buenas noches, señoras y señores. Bienvenidos ao show.
Fantastic.
That just means good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Well, let's start in Lisbon. And I think I can get this. There it is right there. Okay, that is classic Lisbon. Yes, perfect. Now, I'm pretty bad in Spanish. It's about it's about like my French, and really, it's not that. It's okay. It's survival level. But Portuguese is a fair bit different than Spanish. I mean, I could read a little bit and recognize it perhaps, and I know a couple of words like listo, like if your hotel room or your hostel bed is ready or your food is ready, they say listo. Or if you're ready, the taxi cab might be asking if you're ready to go, the taxi driver, and you'll say listo. And I'm murdering the pronunciation.
It's the same word in Spanish.
Pretty close.
Same word in Spanish. Yep. So
Yeah.
So yeah, some things are easier. Yeah.
You know, if I have a friend that my friend in Uruguay that I went to visit long ago, he had been there and to the point of becoming very fluent, and I witnessed him we went to a city in the north of Uruguay for a vacation, and he had a full-on conversation with a Portuguese guy from Brazil, and the guy from Brazil was speaking Portuguese, and my friend was speaking South American Spanish, and they got through the whole conversation. And the thing is, the more adept you are at Spanish, I mean, I've even looked at I've looked at a lot of Portuguese songs. There's several bands that I really love that are from Portugal, like Madre Deus, for example, a beautiful band. They do a lot of fados, as we were talking about earlier last night. And when you read the lyrics, you can really understand a pretty fair amount of it, if depending on how adept you are at Spanish. They're pretty close. I bet that Rod would attest to this too, because I think he's probably pretty good at Spanish himself.
Yeah, and I also wanted to say too, like I knew like also bom dia, which is good day, boas tardes, which is good afternoon, and boas noches, which is good evening, and tudo bem, which is everything okay, which is your standard greeting.
Good evening to Eugene Bird. Yes, that was 120 kilometers, which is about 75 miles an hour. The engine wanted to do more, but I don't know if the camper body, like what do you call it? The awning. I don't think the awning would like anything faster than 75 miles an hour. Not in a 79 Dodge camper, no. But the engine would do a lot more. Just how many countries has he known? I'm trying to keep up with my age, Eugene Bird. So I'm 2 down. I'm 52 right now, so I need to go somewhere new this year. Miskatonic Madman, hail to you. Hello. I have been to every continent except for Antarctica. I have been to every continent except for Antarctica, and that is why, folks, I don't actually own a house. I own this is my house. I rent, but as far as owning a house, this is what I own because I've spent all my money on travel. I counted up on my refrigerator the dollar value in those trips alone, and I think I hit around 100,000 there. So
wow,
yeah, I don't regret a damn bit of it. Welcome, hi. Welcome, everybody. So I've got to share this right now. I'll share. Let's take a look at Lisbon. And this is downtown, right near the water, Lisbon.
Oh, just as a quick side note, I might point out that, remember, that's actually Fraser Crane's favorite wine. Remember? He was always drinking port.
Oh, man. You know what? The store's right there. I could go get a bottle of port right now. Hey, that's okay. Last time, William Shakespielberg, last time, and I'm just gonna call you Will if that's okay. You can call me Steve or CSM if you want. But Rod,
you can call me Ray. You can call me Jay. You can call me OJ. But don't you call me Larry.
Rod did a soliloquy, a monologue for the first 10 minutes while I was getting my microphone issue sorted out. So that was awesome.
I honestly thought we were just going to shut down, so I was just kind of winging it.
Yeah. And for some reason, YouTube cut the last 20 minutes of that. Maybe when I showed that Canadian hockey Batman image there, because they cut it right there, eh? I did not.
No, that
that stream is cut short, and it's not my doing. Yeah. Thank you and welcome. William Shakespielberg is in the chat as well. You are doing double duty.
I don't know what that was. A comment from Eugene Bird. I don't know if I said something kind of funky.
I did see that. So this is Lisbon, folks, and this is downtown Lisbon. And I got off, landed. Let's see, flew to Portugal. Where the hell was I? I was near Halifax, Nova Scotia. Flew here. Takes about 4.5-5 hours from there. 4.5, I want to say. And then the bus right from the airport, right downtown Lisbon, was perfect. I didn't even book a hotel room ahead of time. I wanted to figure out what was a noisy part of town and what was a cool part of town, and then find a hostel. I
love traveling like that. Like I love,
right? It was awesome
traveling like that. Like that's just jump on a plane and like
that's it.
Let's go there.
That's how we did. Yeah, that's it. And then and so within 10 minutes of being, and this is the downtown pedestrian promenade going, and we're facing the ocean right here. So we're facing directly east, and there's this statue and this big gate, and walking towards this gate, just after I took this photo, hadn't been there 5 minutes. At least 2 guys had already started offering me weed. I don't, and I don't travel with Canadian flags on my backpack. So I don't know what that was all about, but yeah, you get that. I figured it was a sting operation. I politely said no, thank you. So this is the outside of a building, Rod.
A sting operation, huh? Well, hey, what is? Yeah, but then like if you just like, hey man, that's just an accident. I wanted some weed. And then all of a sudden, like if they nab you, well then shit. Oh my god, darn it all, you'll have to stay.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But
beautiful,
no, that's right.
Beautiful. This is all tile work. This is all little tile work on the outside of a friggin' building in downtown Lisbon. Now, the other thing about Lisbon is they have these streetcars. Can you see the rails in the street there, Rod and William?
Oh, yeah, totally. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, so streetcars in Lisbon.
Those things look pretty old, too. What would you say, 50s, 40s?
That's what I would guess, yes. Now, and Lisbon, now, if anyone in the chat knows or could let us know, I'd appreciate it. But Lisbon suffered a pretty good earthquake that leveled a lot of the city. and so a
Wow.
lot of it is quite structured, because when they rebuilt it, they wiped the slate clean and rebuilt a nice structured city, or parts of it anyway. So yeah, I know it wiped out a lot.
1755.
Was it 1750?
The earthquake of 1755.
They still talk about it, man. It's still in their mindset. Yeah. But this was the only Portuguese city I saw that didn't have or that had the rail car there, the street car. So I thought that was pretty cool.
You know what, in Argentina, when the one time I was there, we were down in the subway, and this is 2005, and there were normal subway cars coming by, and then just out of nowhere, one very old rickety wooden subway car comes cruising up slow.
Wow.
And on the other side of the rails, not on our side, unfortunately. I would have loved to get on it, and then it took off, and I didn't have a camera on me. This was kind of early camera days, and so I don't have a picture of it, but I never forgot that. They still, they couldn't afford not to use it, was my thought back then.
Right. Hey, look who it is. It's our friend, Suzanne Eckstein.
Rod, would you mind earlier? I meant to. Yeah, sure. Suzanne Eckstein says, I remember those rails growing up in the GTA here in Canada, riding streetcars back in the day. Yeah, totally.
And for those of you who don't know what a GTA is, William Shakespielberg, do you have a guess?
Gibraltar Transit Authority. I'm guessing.
Nope.
For those non-Canadians, that's a Greater Toronto Area.
You see, they think Toronto's like, as far as they're concerned, it's the center of the universe. So, like,
it is.
Nothing goes beyond it, and so of course they also like to go with the notoriety of like GTA. I mean,
that sounds
cool.
I
mean, and they do that on the Weather Network too. Over here in the GTA, and like all the weather girls there say that, and I'm just kind of like, I mean, meanwhile the rest of us in Canada are just going to roll our eyes, is like, why can't you just say Toronto? Or like or just the TO area. But no, we're gonna say let's go with GTA because that sounds cooler. Anyway,
Will, do you know what these are?
Escargot.
See, escargot. These are now you could get them two ways, and I think these were like pan fried, and then you could get them steamed. So these are the escargot, and they have. You see in my hands little tiny pick tools that you could pick it up. And so when you're walking down those pedestrian cobblestone streets there, restaurants line them, and they put out patio tables for you to sit at. And this is one of the common things in Lisbon, one of the local delicacies. And you know what? They were good. They were good.
What's the
with the butter?
What's on the outside there? What's all that caked on the outside?
It's like a lemon. It's like a lemon powder. You say a lemon seasoning, like a lemon pepper seasoning.
You said these are pan fried or deep fried?
Pan fried, yeah. I think these were pan fried, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not deep fried. And there you go. There's the menus. So don't worry if you don't speak Portuguese or Spanish. If you speak Spanish, you can definitely get by in Portugal. They will humor you. But if you speak English, don't worry. Because look at the menus there on the side, And so these were the tables that restaurants just put them out along the pedestrian boulevard. And unlike a lot of places in Canada, there's no cars driving by your table when you sit outside.
Nice.
Well, no, because the street is so small. Streets.
Right. Whistler is like that as well. They do that on purpose in Whistler, in British Columbia. The Whistler Ski Resort has pedestrian areas that are no cars, and the restaurants put their tables and chairs and umbrellas out like this with their menus, and you're walking by, and you can walk up and down the promenade 6 times, checking out 20 different menus by pictures, and you can decide what you want. And man, there's no traffic, there's no fumes, there's no nothing, and there's no smoking. Well, supposedly not a lot of smoking on these pedestrian zones, so you can sit outside and have one hell of a meal, Rod. Yeah, and if you don't like snails, that's okay. They have other stuff too. They have normal stuff.
Yeah.
So you don't recall them being much of a smoking society, cigarette smoking society?
Oh, they did. They did.
Yeah,
they did.
I kind of suspected.
but they're trying to curb it, and they're trying to limit it in the pedestrian zones. And Mexico, when I spent last winter in Mexico, they have pedestrian malls in Mexico City. When I say mall, it's not a shopping mall, folks. They call this a mall.
Promenade.
Pedestrian. Yeah, promenade. And they have no smoking signs up. And for the most part, everyone smokes there, I think, or a lot of people do. But for the most part, they respect it. So, and does this building, a famous architect, a famous guy would have designed that building. Do you know who that might have been?
Let's have a clue, Spidey. Can you give us a clue? Can I buy a vowel?
There's a famous building in France that this person,
Eiffel?
excuse me, also.
There you go.
Eiffel. Yes, that is Mr. Eiffel's building. It is indeed. And you're able to go up it.
As soon as you said Paris, I'm just kind of like, okay, Eiffel. I mean, who else?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
exactly.
We can see it's kind of see-through there now. The second floor right there.
Wow.
You can kind of see through.
Yeah.
It. So this is a shaft basically going up to the top floor, I guess.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
Is this an elevator shaft essentially, or a stairwell?
To say shaft again, yes. It is, and it's a stairwell, and there was an elevator, and I honestly think I took the stairwell. I don't think I did take the elevator. I could be full of shit though. But
way to go!
Yeah,
way to go, Rocky.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. I love this building, and I really enjoyed it. And it gives you a good view of downtown Lisbon, and also it was not. It's just around the corner from that archway that I was showing you. That's near the ocean there. So that was, I thought that was pretty excellent as well. You can see them both pretty easily. They're right around the corner from each other.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting is the buildings on the side are clearly much newer than the Eiffel building. So I'm betting that when that thing was built, there was nothing around it, or at least not these buildings.
Yep. It kind of looks like that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Look how gothic this building is. And you'd think that if they're going to build something so precious like that, they wouldn't want to build it in the middle of a corridor. You'd think.
Yeah.
Give it some room. Give it some room to breathe.
Yeah, I don't think that they would have built that. I mean, Rod, you're construction. That would be really hard to do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with all those obstructions all around it.
Yeah, you think so.
Yeah.
There'd be like double scaffolds on each side.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you'd think so. And let me just see if I can pull up an even better. Here we go. Here's another picture of it right there. So there you can see the top of it here now.
Yeah. Nice.
And that gives you a little better. So that's Mr. Eiffel. Now, and I believe that was after the Eiffel Tower. I believe this was built after. But yeah, it is see-through right through, and just amazing. Cool. Yeah. And you know what? I don't think it was all that. I think it was damn near free. It's been a few years, but I think it was damn near free to go up and see that. Yeah, believe it or not.
And hopefully this one's not leaning either, right?
No, it looked pretty
pretty straight up.
It looked pretty erect.
Was that the shaft you had to walk up again?
That was that's right. Oh hey, look who's in the chat. Hey, it is
Tiger Stripes.
Wow, that's nuts. Loved an arch window.
DJ Play Nice.
Absolutely. Hello. Oh, DJ Play Nice is here as well.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Hey, good to see you. And Rod, would you mind reading this from our friend Eugene Bird, please? If you don't mind.
Sure. Eugene Bird says they could perhaps go to Vina del Mar, Chile, and finally make it to Antarctica, and that'd take a lot of cash. Actually, Chile is not. Their currency is a little cheaper than ours. As a matter of fact, if I understand correctly, I know because I worked for a Chilean family, uh, metal drilling company, and Emily, I actually had a big crush on her actually, but getting back to she said that $8,000 is 1 million pesos down in Chile.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I wonder what that gives you for buying power.
Pretty
Interesting.
good, actually. Fairly. I mean, you can actually. I mean, a Canadian can actually live like a king down there on just like 10, 10,
Yep.
10, 15, 20 grand. Which
Hey.
wow.
Yeah. And that is the classic. Shot overlooking Lisbon, because it's near the now there's a river that goes through it, and it's near the Atlantic Ocean there.
Yeah.
And
Yes. Sorry.
it's on the hillsides. It's on the hillside there, and so you can climb the hill along a path, and it goes up to a higher level road and highway, and you can walk along the highway and get beautiful views just like this. And
Cool.
you bet they are tiger stripes. Yes, the adobe type red clay roofs. Yes, tiles were really tile was everywhere here. Tile, clay tile, ceramic tile, but a lot of it looked like really artistic, stylized, individualized, gorgeous. And you can see the palm tree. It's right near the coast there, and there's a palm tree. There's palm trees all through. And the further south you go in Portugal, see, Lisbon is about in the middle ish, and the further south you go, the more palm trees there are.
Oh, look at that castle.
Yep.
This is
Gorgeous.
Lisbon. This is Lisbon.
Yes.
Spider-Man. I'm going to see if I
This
can
is
find
Lisbon.
the name. Do you
And
know
you
the
see,
name of that castle?
I don't know the name of that castle, but I do know that bridge is a famous bridge. If you can see it in the far background there at the end of the city there in Lisbon, that is also one of the highlights of Lisbon. I wasn't about to walk that far, and I didn't want to see it. I've seen lots of bridges. I didn't want to pay for a cab, but yeah, that bridge is apparently very iconic. And a lot of people argue that Lisbon might be one of the most beautiful cities in Europe. I did get high in Lisbon, literally. I did indeed. But I did not get weed from the men that offered me it. Hell no.
The bridge name is the 25 de Abril. I'm putting it in the chat. So the 25th of April bridge.
Yeah.
Right.
Nice.
I'm going to look up the castle now.
Yeah, that's a fantastic view of the castle. But yeah, Lisbon is just gorgeous. A lot of older buildings, and very Mediterranean as well. Although they're north of the Mediterranean.
I found the castle.
Oh, what's the castle name?
I believe that is the São Jorge Castle.
Ooh, Jorge meaning George.
Yeah.
And Sao Paulo is St. Paul, so St. George Castle, right? So there'd be dragons in their castle.
That is really cool.
Beautiful. At sunset, I stayed up there for an hour. I bought some groceries. I love going to grocery stores in foreign countries. Got some picnic supplies and just walked up the hill and just sat on the side of the road there and just overlooked watched the sun go down over Lisbon. Yeah, right.
Sorry, guys.
No,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
How do you like that? Hey, how's that for beauty, folks?
Oh, it's not. I'm not. No, it's absolutely stunning beauty. I just sorry. First of all, the cheer earlier was like Vancouver Canucks scored on a tie game with 30. With 30. Yeah, they are. Well, they're not anymore. But like,
okay. Just playing around with the different. There we go.
So now it's 3-2 in favor of the Canucks, which I'm hoping they do.
Yes, but Portugal is a lot more fun than the Canucks most of the time.
Oh yeah, 100%. Man, no,
Oh man, I've had heartbreak with the Canucks, and I've had spent a lot of time in pubs watching Canucks games. But yeah, man, this was one of the most like I'm telling you, as far as architecture and the hillsides and the cobblestones, I mean, this is on par with Italy, in my opinion. In my opinion,
did they film a Bourne there? I'm trying to think. I mean, because
they might have
probably did. Yeah, there's so much character in that in Portugal.
Lisbon is an international destination, and I'm sure it would be on.
It'd be a great place to shoot a film.
Yeah,
I would think so.
I mean, like scenic and just like
look
man.
At that. That's gorgeous, and you can see the bridge in that shot too. Yeah. Hey, thanks. I took that shot myself, Eugene Bird. That is not a postcard. That is my own photo. I sweated to get up that hill to take that. Hey, Brett Cohen, welcome. G'day and welcome.
Hey, Brett Cohen.
Portugal. Welcome to Portugal. So yeah. Moving on. Ooh. Ho. Port wine. Yes, that is one of the first things I sampled. The port wine. That was just delicious. So heading up to Oporto was the destination I hit next. So and they were getting ready for a festival here, the St. John's Festival in the end of June. So
wow, I really think that they might have had the fourth Jason Bourne filmed there too.
Oh, I'm not sure. Like the cobblestone hillsides.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly. I mean, like right there, I can almost point to the exact, not quite the exact time, but like Bourne and what's her name? The cutie from Save the Last Dance, Julia Stiles. That's it.
Oh yeah.
They were meeting up there, and like this is where she died. But sorry, spoiler.
And see, can you see the tables and chairs that the restaurants sit out? Like this is a stairway. This is a pedestrian stairway up and down from one plaza down to the road level, and restaurants that set out. Yeah, they stock them at night, but they're just putting them away here now. But yeah, they set them out in the evening, and you can just sit along and have your meal right there.
The castle in the background reminds me of Alcázar in Granada. In Spain,
Ooh.
The way it stood out it looked just like that at night. It would stand out with the lights flashing up against it, or not flashing.
Yes,
glowing.
I've got that picture in this RV. That's one of the most amazing sights I've ever seen. So this is that same archway downtown where I was offered the weed there at night, and just gorgeous. And all tile and stone. This is all stone on the ground there, and all pedestrian. No cars, which was very peaceful. I like traveling to pedestrian destinations if I can. Hey, Dalek 451, welcome. Good morning. Dalek. Yeah, welcome to Portugal. Thanks for being here. Rod William Shakespielberg is here. Yeah, thanks. Welcome. Anything distinct about Portuguese women? They weren't as athletic in general as I prefer, but they speak very fast, and they seem to be very in charge when you're trying to barter or negotiate price. The women shopkeepers were very sharp, but very business savvy and hard workers. But it didn't look like they spent a lot of time at the gym, I guess. But yeah, and shorter, and I'm not a tall dude, so I thought that was awesome. I thought that was really good.
This looks almost like a dance promenade. Did you see much dancing? Was there couples dancing there? Traditional couples dancing?
You could hear it inside buildings. Yeah, you could hear it. I didn't see much outside, because when you go to places like Mexico or Asia, Japan, Hong Kong, you see it outside a lot. But I did go up against a couple of windows because I could hear the music, the fado music coming from inside the hall.
Of course, right.
Or it would look like a big private house, and
absolutely
inside, yeah.
That's right. In China, the older generations will get together at night. I'm talking 10, 11 o'clock pitch black night, and they're dancing in groups of 50 or 60 to loud blaring music in a giant promenade. It's the craziest thing.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Would you mind reading that, William, from our friend Tiger Stripes?
Tiger Stripes says, Eugene Bird, Portuguese women are sophisticated and chic. At least the couple I've met have been.
Yep, I would agree with that. Well, European, of course. That goes with saying. Oh, hang on. Hello, hey, hang on.
Eviction
I have
notice.
an interruption.
Well, while we wait, this is a piece of tile outdoors. I think it's a piece of a much bigger scene, and we were looking over these. Here we go.
Sorry about that. It looks like I've just inherited a cat for the night. That's perfect.
Nice.
So there might be a little kitty floating around here. Yes, friends. This was on the outside of a building, and it was a building that had fado. Fado, which is a traditional Portuguese style of music. It's about 300 years old, but some people say a lot older. And the fishermen used to sing it when they would be out in lonely in their fishing boats all alone, and so it's a lot of mournful or lonesome. And I believe the translation is actually loneliness, fado. Oh. But this gentleman apparently is singing fado music to this woman, and that was outside of a giant hall or a building that I heard the music coming from, and I did peek inside, and they were dancing and singing this very music. Yeah, so there you go. And yeah, beautiful tiles, gorgeous tiles.
Well, was that a part of a much bigger mural, Spidey? This piece here that you're looking at?
No, it was just
this small little piece.
Just this small little piece. Yeah, the rest of it, there was the person's head in the way, but yeah, it was just this small on the outside of the building. Yeah, like a little sign almost.
I don't know if we already saw a photo, or you previewed one for me earlier that had a much bigger scene. That this is not from the other scene. Then
no,
you have one that's much bigger. You have got one that's much bigger than this, right?
I do, yeah. Tiger Stripe says, Eugene Bird, I can recommend you to the film Love Actually. And Rod, would you mind reading this from Eugene Bird, please? If you don't mind.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Eugene Bird says, Tiger Stripes. The only clip I've seen of that is the heart-wrenching moment that Keira Knightley, not Notley, but that's just how he always right beside that I. But Keira Knightley discovers that her husband's best friend is in love with her. I need to watch. That does sound cool, interesting. Like film love. I'll make a note of that. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I showed this scene earlier with all these people here.
Is this the same kind of artwork as the other?
Yeah,
the tile work?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it is. Yeah, and it's all this color blue and white right on the outside of the building, and it's all that color blue and white. This is all Lisbon here. Lisbon, Portugal. Yeah, it's all that color, beautiful color white. Yeah, and the blue. Okay, and these are, again, the snails. Now, these are the steamed snails. You can get them steamed. They are dead. They are definitely dead and steamed. And you just pick them apart, and delicious, just in a butter, just with butter, just like you would clams. To them, it's just like clams. So, and I thought that was a very helpful for getting around the transit in Portugal. Apparently, this happens often enough that they need to have a sign for it in the subway doors. No, don't get caught in the subway doors, because they don't stop.
I thought they were trying to encourage it. They're just kind of.
Oh yeah, no, this is no.
It won't stop. Just put your foot in the door, and then it'll reopen, and you can climb back on.
Awesome. Okay, cool. And
I think go ahead. Sorry.
Hey, no, I'm just reading the chat. Hi. And this says, from our friend Tiger Stripes, there's a segment that takes place in Portugal. Oh, that's why. Well, Portugal is gorgeous for all kinds of. Hi, kitty. We have a kitty. Hi, kitty. Hi, kitty. Hello. Hi.
The show mascot has arrived.
Hi, kitty. This is a Portuguese cat. My friend had a Portuguese cat, and I was making fun, saying, "Can you really drop him off?" And they did. So we have a Portuguese cat. Hello, kitty. There you go. Okay, exit solo layout. So let's get back to something more interesting than me. Yes, scissoring. That's what that looks like. No, I don't think they were encouraging it. I think they were warning you of it. But
well, that was back then. Now it would be an encouragement for scissoring.
Now it would be an encouragement, perhaps. Yeah,
it's put up by Disney, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, and now, let's moving on to the next interesting one. Ooh, that is a moon. That is the moon there. I waited until the moon was right there. So a lot of churches in Portugal.
Nice.
I found them to be similar to the Spanish in that they were religious. Yeah. Similar to the Spanish in that they were, and lots of churches per square kilometer. As many European places were. And yes, hi, welcome, JPRPH1, John, welcome, and yeah, very much alive. Rod is here, and William Shakespielberg as well.
How you doing, JPRPH1 or JPRPH1? Yeah.
Love Actually is a Christmas movie, so you can wait till July. Christmas in July. I'm a fan of that. Tiger stripes. Those snails on the plate look very much alive. I assure you, they were steamed. And they were not alive. Although, I wouldn't eat them if they were alive.
She's got a point. Those last two look like they were trying to crawl away from you, Spidey.
They did. Yeah, they were not alive. Yeah. Okay, mind you,
they could have fainted. There's like, I can't handle this heat.
That's so you can take the train and you can go to, and a bus combination, and you can get to this town of Sintra. And that is also in roughly midway up Portugal. This is on the coast, very tropical location, and it's famous for a giant castle there. And it's gorgeous. And those two booby-looking spires are part of the castle up there. And here's inside. What do you think, Rod? How's that? How would you like to clean that ceiling, hey? And
wow, that looks. Well, to be honest, it actually looks very similar to the cathedral that I actually me and my brother foot walked through in Cuba. But I mean, I'm sure this one's probably like, well, no, comparably, they're both really like, like ceiling and everything.
Primo Living BC. Hello and welcome. Speaking of Primo Living BC, I'm right now in my RV that I take around BC RVing. So welcome, Primo Living BC. Welcome to you. We're just looking at Portugal, and this is in Sintra, Sintra, just like it sounds. Hello, kitty. Hi. Hello, kitty. And here I'm going to take advantage of this while I have it. Please forgive me. Hi. Hello. Okay. Want to come? No, I'm not gonna push it. He wanted to be cuddled, but now he doesn't. Cats are fussy. Did you know that? Good day. Welcome. Yeah, thanks. We're just looking at Portugal, not this. There we go. So gorgeous. The ceilings. What I noticed in this in Sintra, everything was elaborate, like right out of a fairy tale almost. And battery is running low. Okay, I gotta plug this computer in before I lose you both. Do you know anything, William? You know about Sintra, don't you?
I've got some notes on it. You're cutting out just a little bit, so while he takes care of that, let's talk about Sintra.
Sintra or Sinatra?
It's Sintra, Sintra.
Oh, okay. It's just somebody. Okay, who was it? JP or JPRPH1. Well, I didn't misspell, just probably misspelled Sinatra and probably thought that's what we're talking about. No. But
yeah, it's the same spelling without the first A. Pull that first A out and you've got
right, yeah, that's what I thought.
So Sintra, they say that this article says that the entire town feels like something out of a Portuguese fairy tale. And we haven't gotten to the photos yet, but we're going to be showing some photos of a castle that is really beautiful. And
cool.
the castle is called Palacio de Palacio de Pena.
Palacio de Pena.
The Pena, yeah, and it's not. I thought it was Peña, but there's no Enya in there, so it's just Pena.
Right.
And a place where they say that it served as a popular summer retreat for the Portuguese nobility and elite, which explains the prevalence of lavish castles and palaces there. I guess across the whole city there might be more. But this now, forgive me if I'm wrong, because I'm looking over at some research while you guys are going through the slides. Rod, did Spidey show the picture of the close-up of the fairy tale castle yet? I don't think I saw it. No,
I don't think he has. Oh, he has. Not to me.
Yes. Okay. So I think that's coming up right after this. I want to wait until we show the castle before talking about it, but it looks
back.
There he goes. All right.
I'm back.
It's really something to look forward to.
Hi, Kiki. Sorry, I'm talking to the cat, not you guys.
Yeah. We know you got your priorities straight. So meanwhile,
all right, let's see. There.
Is he outside? Oh no, there he is.
That'll work. No. I just moved to the. I'm still in the RV here. Still in the RV. Just moved up to where the seating is. But yeah, let's not worry about that. Yeah, so this is absolutely gorgeous. The really, really elaborate ceilings, like I was saying. And let's just see if I can. There, how's that? I mean, how long would it take you to clean that bugger?
I quit.
Right? It's insane. And there's, okay. Again, the two spires. I don't know what inspired me to take that photo.
I do.
And how's that? That was an alcove inside that fancy palace. And the alcove was, I guess you'd put your bed in there or something. I don't know, but I just thought it was very cool at how it's all tiled. It's not a fireplace, so what else would it be?
Yeah, what would that be? Maybe a ceremonial place, so you could have a wedding there, I guess.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure if I could read Portuguese, it would probably have told me, but my Portuguese is weak, I must admit. Yeah, but I thought that was just amazing and worthy of a photo just because it was just so elaborate.
Did you get a close look at the archway there? All that elaborate.
I did. Yeah, gorgeous and all tile. It's all tile.
How about that archway? Does that look like it's hand carved? I mean, I'm assuming it must have been really.
I can't. It was very elaborate. I couldn't tell if it was hand carved or not. Yeah. I mean, not mass produced. No.
Yeah,
right. I don't know whether it was a guy with not bought at a Walmart and installed. No, it was whether it was made by a big elaborate tool or just a guy with a chisel. I don't know, but just really impressive. And yeah, again, this elaborate art inside the palace. And two ceramic fishes there. I don't know why. There you go. And again, just gorgeous chandeliers. Big on the fireplaces and the ceilings and the chandeliers.
Too. This brings to mind what my seafood taught me about. There's two types of people. And like they can both meditate, but I mean, like when it comes to generally artists, for example, artists are what you would call visualizers, and visualizers are the guys who can just you tell them something, and then instantly, like their brain instantly conjures up an image or a, or in the case of a sculptor. I mean, like I remember too. Like I remember hearing like Michelangelo said that he didn't look at carving a statue, carving a sculpture as like like trying to like basically draw a picture. His mind already saw what he was chipping away, the image of what he was making. So what he would do is he would basically just chip the excess stone away, and then in his mind he was just freeing the statue from the rest of the block. But
right.
the as I said, gets back to what my Sifu said, that there are two people. Like for example, you ask somebody, hey, think of just a regular person. You ask them, hey, think of a school bus, and like their brain will just come up with, okay, they'll think school bus, right? But you tell a visualizer what a school bus is. Ask them like, hey, can picture a school bus, and they're like, here's how a visualizer's mind works. He thinks he doesn't, like he thinks like he sees like the exact shade or color of the yellow of the school bus. He'll think of the tires. Like one tire is maybe bald, possibly going flat. He'll see the kids on the bus. He'll see the brand name of whoever it is, of whatever company of the bus. They'll see the mirrors. They will see like the hood. Like see the paint on the hood is getting faded from the heat. They'll see the driver, maybe turn around and like, chastising the kids. That's how a visualizer's mind works. Because you just give them a basic, and then suddenly, like, boom, their brain instantly draws a picture. And I believe writers are the same way. And it just made me think, like that's the first thing went through my head when I showed the half sculpture out of the wall.
Like, that's exactly how they operate. Like, they already see it there, and they're just revealing it, I suppose, or freeing it from its captivity in the block of whatever. That is that's an excellent way to put it, Rod. And moving on now, what do you think about William? What do you think about this? Hey, this is a corner again inside.
Oh, wowzers.
I love it. And I also appreciate everything that we've seen there. We don't see defamation of these things, of this beautiful art,
or defecation.
No, that's right.
They seem to really respect their culture, and that's a breath of fresh air right there.
No tomato soup was thrown on this.
So maybe,
good luck throwing. You're going to throw tomato soup on a tile wall. Yeah, good luck. That's what kitchens are made from for a reason.
Where was this one? Sorry, go ahead, Ron.
No, go ahead. No. I was just, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just kind of, I didn't mean to. No, go ahead.
Was this is this indoor or outdoor? I lost track. Well, where we are, where this was, this piece of artwork was.
Oh yeah, this was in Sintra, in one of the palaces that I.
It's inside. It's inside. Okay.
Inside. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And here's one of the other hallways in that very building. In that palace. It's not a building. It's a flippin' palace.
Clearly, gorgeous. I've never seen. I can't say I've ever seen that style of painting on ceramic before.
Wow.
And my guess is that it was something that they invented themselves, and then of course it became kind of a national treasure or contest, and who could make the prettiest, and they just decorated the city with it.
Yeah.
With that kind of art, and unique to them. I didn't recall seeing anything like that in Spain anywhere. Or South America.
It is. Yeah. Well, this is, and Tiger Stripes is right. It looks Moorish, and exactly
it does. Especially the depictions of the horses and the riders.
Brett Cohen says that's Australia, winter in July. Mind you, snow in May. We had snow in May here at one point. Ooh, Dalek, if you want a link and you want to come up and be on the panel and talk about Portugal, because he says I've been to Portugal many years ago for holidays with the family. Just let me know in the chat, and we can send you the link, Dalek. Man, are you kidding? I'd love to have you on the channel. You've got an open invitation. You know that.
I think I spoke out of turn there. I think Tiger Stripes was talking about this photo looking Moorish, and I agree. This looks
I
very
think so.
Moorish.
Why don't
More?
we? Hey,
Moorish, I guess. Moorish.
yeah. Why don't we build inspiring shit like this today? Because tradesmen aren't fourth generation tradesmen with skills passed down from their father, from their grandfather, from their father's father, and you couldn't pay. Do you know how much that would cost? Paying a guy, not in China, that would cost. I got $40 an hour. If you can get a craftsperson like that for $50 an hour,
Right. Good luck with that. Not going to
and
happen in the
finding
United
enough of
States.
them.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it'd have to be employed by a rich, somebody rich. You know, I mean, you have to have like Elon Musk would have to want to like have
Right.
have
Correct.
a cathedral or something like this created for like the public and like not something for
I think
himself.
so.
You know, so
Consignment or something. How do they call that when you're
Yeah,
retained to create a piece of art? It
Retained,
doesn't
yeah.
matter how long it takes. Just do it, finish it, and charge me the bill when it's done.
That's it.
yeah,
And
yeah.
Tiger Stripes says, Dalek, how are you doing? And Dalek says, I could be better. I've been sick a little sick this week. I had a sore throat the last few days. I'm sorry to hear that, Dalek. That is, man, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I recommend straight whiskey because alcohol kills germs. Right down that throat, buddy.
There you go. Straight. You heard it from the man himself. Straight whiskey, brother.
I hope you get well soon, says John. And yeah, I hope you get well soon, Dalek, in all seriousness. Dalek. If you're not feeling up to it, no hard feelings, man. But anytime you want to come on and talk Portugal, if you have any photos, bring them, Dalek, and we can talk as much as you would like. Snail Messiah, good morning to you. Hello. Miskatonic Madman says hello. And Rod, would you, while I put up the next photos, would you mind reading this from Tiger Stripes, please?
Yeah, Tiger Stripes says, Dalek 451. Sorry to hear that. Try a warm, salty gargle before you go to sleep for the sore throat. I agree.
If you don't want to go the route of the whiskey, I guess that would be the other way.
Oh, you know what? I have another good suggestion too. I don't know if it's available there. It probably should be, but for anybody who knows what ginger beer is,
which is love ginger beer.
Yeah, which is basically India's version of it's soda. Really, it's not beer. It's actually it's basically ginger soda, and it's a little sharp to the taste for anybody else. But I mean, like, I found it absolutely wonderful for like when I had stomach flu, and I always make sure I have some. I just realized I'm out, but I always used to make sure that I'd have a few bottles of ginger beer sitting around, so that if I was ever having any sort of stomach troubles or just like sore throat or whatever, I'd just grab myself a bottle of ginger beer, and good Lord, it just goes to work on it right at.
Isn't it amazing?
Yeah,
ginger's a power. You know, the Japanese use and Asians in general use ginger as a curative. Hey, kitty, where'd you go? Kitty. I don't know. When I don't see or hear the cat, I get suspicious, eh?
It's funny you said that. When you said kitty, alley cat peeked up. She's kind of, huh? What?
Hey, what? Who's talking to me? So this is again Sintra, and it is very fairy tale. And I think you can, there you are, kitty. And there you can see the flag there that says Sintra right next to this palace castle looking building. And I just want to make sure I'm keeping up with the chat. And Will, would you mind reading this from our friend John?
John says, love the blue and white. I got a lot of antique tiles that are made in the same style.
Cool.
Yeah. It was the style at the time. We wore our hats on our bottoms. It was the style of the time.
Which was the style at the time.
That's who I was going for. Thanks, Rod. I can't do it justice, but you did. Yes, here's for you. Thank you for helping out our friend Dalek, William. And Rod, do you mind reading our friend Snail Messiah's?
Oh, absolutely. Snail Messiah says, you'd need to be an some kind of extremely religious craftsman to do it for next to nothing. Like back when they made all those beautiful things. Oh God, absolutely. I mean, man, people can't do that these days, because there's too many goddamn corporations in the world, and it's like nobody does anything for just the beauty of it. So, absolutely right.
And I'm really happy that they are maintaining. I mean, obviously they are training some very select few craftspeople around the world to restore these. I mean, everywhere I've gone, all around the world, they do have at least a minimum program trying to preserve these things. Because they make revenue from them, but also I think the art, and they have to train artists who, and if they don't know how to do it, they have to research from old texts and relearn how to do some of these things. So I do have hope, at least in museums and preservation sites and castles like this, that they do our hello Real Wade Nation gaming clips. Hello and welcome.
Hey, Wheel Raid.
Hey, welcome.
Real Wade Nation.
Ooh,
how you doing, brother?
Chamomile with a little honey. Yeah, Dalek. That also chamomile tea with a little honey. I know as an Englishman, Dalek definitely drinks tea.
I know.
So
throw some honey in it too. Definitely
some honey in it. Absolutely. There we
go.
Hey,
Dalek, I would actually love to. Dalek, just as a side note, just a quick. Sorry to interrupt. Dalek, I just want to let you know, if you ever want to get together, let me know. I would love to talk some Clarkson's farm with you, because speaking as a farmer who grew up on the farm, so I'm 100% behind everything, and it's just absolutely ridiculously hilarious to watch Jeremy Clarkson just fumble and stumble through everything that, like, I look at that and like, shit, I know what to do, and he's just like, but anyway, just a little side note for Dalek there.
Ooh, it's ginger Sprite.
Wow. Ginger Sprite. Oh my God. What? Ugh. You don't have this here in Canada? God. I frown on that.
Whiskey's
I don't
more
frown
fun,
on this. I mean,
ginger
I love
is great in any form. Yeah, I'd agree with that, John. Ginger is great in any form. And again, this is in Sintra. Hey, thanks for dropping by, Real Wade. This is still in Sintra, and that's see, there's the fairy tale castle.
We're getting there.
Yeah, these are the ones. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is it. We were talking about this. Spidey, why don't you go back to that last one for a second?
Yeah. Ooh.
There you go.
Oh, wow.
So this is the Palacio de Pena. Screw it. Pena Palace.
Pena
Palace.
Palacio.
In Sintra.
Yes.
Sintra with an S.
It's a 19th century palace built on the foundation of an old monastery, designed as a lavish summer residence for the Portuguese royal family. The bold colors, intricate stonework, and stunning tile facades were built in an eclectic mix of styles and influences, giving it a unique architectural style of its own. I think it looks like the real Disneyland.
Huh. It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Good. Dalek says, don't worry about me. I'm sure I will be fine. I'm sure you will too. You are no wussy. You're an Englishman. Yeah. 'Tis merely a scratch, Dalek. 'Tis merely a scratch. 'Tis merely a flesh wound.
One other point here, Spidey. They say that this note says that Sintra, with higher elevations and cooler temperatures, was a popular summer retreat for the Portuguese nobility, which explains the prevalence of it says lavish castles and palaces. So they imply that there's more out there. There might be more that maybe is that a big city? Do you suppose that there's several?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it didn't look that big compared to Oporto or Lagos or the others, but there could be several. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah, I'm sure. Yep. I'm sure.
This does say to get to Sintra from Lisbon, it's about a 40-minute ride, and they highly suggest that if you if you make the trip out to
Yeah.
Lisbon, that you must go see Sintra and you must go see this castle.
Yes, I'd agree.
Wow. Man, yeah, like I would definitely want to take that in. And like, the other thing too is that Portugal's so tiny. I mean, like it could literally fit in like
Mm-hmm.
like maybe a third, maybe even 25% of Alberta. And that's the
Mm-hmm.
thing that we miss being in North America. Like both Canada and United States. I mean, like the countries are so sparse. So like we don't even know. But like, man, down in like Europe, in in Asia, there's like Europe. There's so many countries that are so all crunched together and everything, and it's just kind of like you could walk to another country in like maybe half an hour. It's just I mean, I can't even begin to imagine that here.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, it'd be nice. Well, I mean, going to Quebec is like going to a whole another country. I'll say that much. Yeah, so this is the typical of that a nice light salad with some fruit and some cilantro and some olives,
right.
And then a little. Believe it or not, that's you can see a couple of the pepper seeds, a little spicy pepper sauce, thick sauce thrown on top of it. So that was an interesting combination. But yeah, the food in general was good. And Will, do you mind reading this from Tiger Stripes? And
I was once given a piece. Tiger Stripe says, "I was once given a piece of candied ginger and told to bite it. It was not nice."
No.
Oh. I like candied ginger. I've had that. Yeah, it can be spicy.
Yeah. And I would agree, Alec. I really need to watch Clarkson's Farm. Almost anything Jeremy Clarkson is in is great entertainment. I would agree. 100%.
Good Lord, it's absolutely hilarious. And like, there's more than a few times you see his nard. Yeah, more than a few times you see his nards get attacked.
See, that's not entertaining me. No, I don't want to see that happen to another dude. No,
I don't mean it's like it happens regularly, which it doesn't. I'm just saying that there's been a couple of times, and like no, and because I'm saying this also out of sympathy because I've been the farm boy, I've been the handler, all of a sudden I was like, oh, you just literally get like either kicked or like somehow or like somebody charges you and all of a sudden like in the nuts and you're like.
No, yeah, well, the part of sports. Baguettes. That's true. Sugar is the enemy, John. You're absolutely right. Sugar is the enemy, and I love it so much, but I try. No,
sugar is also
no problem. Say whatever you want in this chat. We don't.
Sugar is also the same chemical composition as as cocaine.
Really? Wow. Yeah.
Yep. That's why it's so
and it brings out as much. I was just watching a program that it brings out as much. What's the chemical? The hormone that brings pleasure.
Endorphins.
Endorphins.
Yeah. No, it's a specific hormone. Starts with the
dopamine.
Dopamine. Yeah, cocaine and sugar, very similar. Now fentanyl is like 5 times more than that, even, or 10 times whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
More. But sugar and coke, not that far off. And actually chocolate and sex and a good workout are all similar with the dopamine as well, which I was.
God, I love all these things you're talking about. What's wrong?
Well, you could do them all at once. I have literally made love to a chocolate cream pie before, so I could that. There you go.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
You have that. So this.
Good one, Will. That's a absolutely accurate description. Real Cinderella castle. Sorry, I just wanted to put that up.
Yeah.
I want to make sure folks know where these places are, and I figured writing them down kind of helps.
Yeah, no.
Brett Cohen, who's in Australia, my state is as big as Ireland, yet my country is as big as the U.S. Damn near, yeah. That's right. We never should have sold you guys in Russia, Alaska. Alaska should still be part of Canada. I'm still bitter about that.
You and me both, brother. Man.
Food porn.
It wasn't even
food
that.
Porn, Homer drool. Good, thanks, man. No, not funny every time. Oh my, no, not funny every time. There's no way that we can explain this to you.
The groin.
The
Well,
girls
this
think it's funny,
marina,
that's for sure.
this
The
marina is
guys,
in the
not
south.
funny.
Have you heard of?
No, I know it's
the
not funny
southern-
if it happens to you, but
Right.
Portugal has a Mediterranean feel to it down in the southern Portugal, and the
Nice.
town there, the city there is Lagos, Lagos,
I guess-
Lagos.
What is that? Does that mean?
I guess
Lagoon?
DJ Playnice is taken off. So
Oh, well, thanks for being here, DJ Play. Yeah, it's got a beautiful marina. Thanks for being here, DJ Play Nice.
yeah,
And if we show
And
any
you
more,
rock too, brother.
if we show any more escargot, we're gonna lose Snail Messiah. So watch
Oh
out.
shoot!
Yeah.
No, that
All
I
right,
think
let's-
that's probably the last one, Snail. That's the. Oh my goodness, I didn't even think. Sorry about that. Yeah, I didn't even
Oops.
think Snail Messiah.
Sorry.
No, I think that's
Well,
the
we're
last
Canadian, so-
escargot one. That's the last one.
Sorry.
Slightly different.
There's.
Serotonin.
I think-
Yeah.
I
We'll
think I
strike
just
those
filled
from
up
the-
my daily Canadian quota of sorries.
Bad human. Bad. No, eating snails.
Those will be
No.
removed from the official recording of this video.
Sorry. Yeah, we'll scrub that out in post. Don't worry. Oh, the cat's into the marijuana. No, don't touch the marijuana.
Nice.
I'm holding it for a friend. Yeah, so
Well,
in
it's probably
Lagos-
catnip to him.
in Lagos, along the coastline, you can take boat rides that are not expensive at all, little boat rides, and you can go along these formations that are along the coast. A lot of these are limestone, and if you're into geology or just beautiful scenery, or if you like boats, or if you like water, look how clear that water is. You know, that's gorgeous, good enough for swimming. It's like I said, it's Mediterranean. That's the Mediterranean southern coast of Portugal,
Man.
folks.
That's just
You know,
stunning. I like.
It's the same water as Greece and Italy, really.
It-
And all
it
these
looks like,
formations, you can go amongst them.
You know what? That looks very much where they had the fight with the octopus and Popeye.
Ooh,
That looks
I didn't
very
see
much
any.
like it.
yeah, no kidding. Okay,
I like that
I-
movie too.
Yeah, no, like they had a
Robin
robot
Williams?
octopus.
I like
Yeah,
Robin
the
Williams.
Robin Williams Popeye.
Robert,
Like
yeah,
that-
Robert
that's-
Williams. Yeah.
I swear to God, that looks almost exactly the exact
And look
place
how
where it
clear
was
that
filmed.
water is. You can see.
Could
So
be.
we went in the
That's-
caves here in the little boats,
and
so you
that's
can
what-
see it.
And that's what was so neat about like that
Yeah.
part in the movie when you think about it. It's like you could see the octopus,
There you
even
go,
though
folks.
it's robot.
Portugal
I mean,
has
yeah, like,
Mediterranean beaches. Now, when you, yeah,
Spidey,
uh,
got one for you.
oh yes. Oh yeah, yeah. Drying times are trying times. Waiting to dry. Yeah, waiting to try. Yeah, you got to do that. And yeah, so the
Actually-
beaches in Portugal rival, those in Spain. It's right next door. Same water as Spain, Italy, Greece, pretty much. Yeah.
Tiger Stripe says that I don't think Portugal is on the Mediterranean. No, it's not, but it's relatively on the same. What would you call it?
It's
not-
pretty because no, on a map we did draw a little line there, I guess, but
Mm.
it's pretty much. It looked like it's the same.
more or
effect.
less the
It's-
same
for
area,
all
same
intents
or
and
less, same more or less area. And yes, no, I mean, like, no, it's not directly in it, but I mean, like, it's
right around the
you know,
corner.
yeah,
Is it-
you-
I don't know.
yeah.
Actually, I don't know. Is part of it actually in the Mediterranean? Is a little corner of it in the Mediterranean? Maybe
It
not.
depends on how close Spain is. Well, I
No,
guess
because
Spain.
it starts
actually,
with Gibraltar. It would start with Gibraltar, and that's in Spain.
Okay.
Or that's next to Spain.
That's true.
So yeah, I guess not. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess not. No, it's
But
not. No,
anyways-
I thought maybe the southern part of it would have been, but no, maybe not. But it pretty much is I'm telling you, it's Mediterranean. If not technically, maybe not on a map, but it's
Wikipedia.
a
know who-
Mediterranean vacation.
It does say that it has a Mediterranean climate. The
Yeah,
entire
very
country.
much so. The English, I know the English often go to Portugal as a little retreats, kind of like we go to the Caribbean here in Canada.
Yeah.
You know?
Like Cuba
I
or
didn't know this.
or
Catnip also works on humans, not just as powerful as on cats. I did not know that.
Huh. Interesting.
No. Ooh, there's a scientist.
Who built the rocks of Gibraltar? Who knows? Hands up. Anyone?
Nope.
No.
Oh,
Thor.
well, you're
There's
close.
Lagos.
Hercules.
Odin. Hercules.
Cool.
Yep. He built the rocks of Gibraltar. Well, no, I mean, again, it's a legend, so like,
Yes,
but
of course.
But it's
and we don't have any video footage to prove it.
No.
Ooh, okay. Will, would you mind reading this?
Tiger Stripe says, now a Western exposure to water is often referred to as a Mediterranean climate, like Los Angeles.
Oh, well, there you go.
Oh, thank you. Huh. There you go. Awesome.
Well, now Portugal, it's got an entire west coast.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Tiger can clarify. Is there something that's is this something to have to do with the Pacific Ocean as well? I don't know why it would, but
yeah.
We've got the whole west coast.
That was delicious, by the way.
Portugal.
Actually, isn't that the Atlantic Ocean?
It is the Atlantic Ocean. So I mean, if we're comparing it to California, I wonder if maybe it's on the same latitude.
Anything west.
That's what I meant. That's what the word I was looking for. Latitude.
Gibraltar.
Yes. See if I can pull up a globe here.
Rod, would you mind reading this from our friend Dalek?
Yeah, Dalek 451.
More prawns and avocado. Delicious. That was a delicious salad. Lots of seafood in Portugal because they have such a huge coast.
Well, but got nothing else to eat, so yeah. Dalek 451 says, I'm not sure when it was, but I remember one holiday when we went on a boat tour, and we stopped where we could see from the boat the village where they filmed the Popeye film. Yeah, that was the little island of Malta.
No kidding. Ooh, Malta, that's an island country that I have a Lonely Planet book for, and I want to go visit. It's right off the tippy toe of Italy.
Rumor has it.
Italy and, Africa. I want to go to it.
And rumor has it that they actually I don't know if they've managed to keep it today. I should look that up.
On food porn, here's food porn.
Yeah, but rumor has it that the island has done their best to maintain the village, the Popeye village movie set.
Very much so. Yep, I've heard that. This is Lagos, and this is how tropical. And I saw this type of flower, and I'm a dude, so I don't know what kind of flower that is. But I saw a lot of these all over Australia. Tropical again.
I wonder if Brett Cohen knows.
Oh, and Tiger Stripe says it's a Western exposure combined with the latitude. Well, there you go. Okay.
Huh. Yeah.
And Tiger Stripe says, "What the heck is that? To what are you referring to?" That is
the beef tongue. Yeah,
that's a delicious hunk of beef with some rosemary, and I think that was a little rice cake, fried rice cake.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, okay, thank you. So a bougainvillea. This is Tiger Stripe says, I think it's a bougainvillea. Yeah, and there was that was the moon, the full moon coming up.
Oh, gorgeous! What a fantastic shot you snapped, man.
Yeah, it wouldn't fit well on the screen, but my actual photo has even more like the fullness of the moon. You can see the whole moon.
Oh wow!
Like because of the whatever sizing, it didn't want to. Now when I do this, does it show more? No, it doesn't.
No.
Yeah, YouTube does that.
We know that it's a real photo from when you took it, but it looks almost like a composite. It's got fantastic colors.
I had my flash go off by accidental, and I just
it looks great.
The flash in the foreground. It's cliffs overlooking the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah,
cliffs overlooking the Atlantic Ocean with the moonlight. Yeah.
Just the way the flash,
Tigers,
resolved the colors is really cool.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks, John.
Yeah.
That was a bougainvillea. Okay, thank you, Tiger Stripes. And Rod,
Thanks.
do you mind reading that?
Yeah. Tiger Stripes says Canadian Spider-Man to that. The food? I don't know what that is, but it sure looks like tongue to me.
That's a slice off
I
the
never thought about
loin.
that either.
No, that's a slice off it. That's a cross section of a delicious loin. Oh my goodness.
Oh, you know what?
I'm getting hungry.
The farmer in me suddenly missed that too. Yeah,
in
of course.
A couple hours. Oh well, that's all right. And John says, wasn't Neapolitan exiled to the island of Malta?
Napoleon?
Napoleon.
No, it was Elba. Elba, Elba, and then the sister island he was also exiled to. I don't think it was Malta. It was Elba, and there was another little one. Close though. But Elba was the one most people think of.
Between Corsica and
That's
Italy.
going off memory. I'm going off memory.
He was exiled in Elba in April 1814 to the island of
Elba
between Corsica and Italy.
I told you I'm a student of history. I do like history. I'm not always right, of course. Thanks.
Oh, he escaped in 1815.
The water is gorgeous, but such a shame with the flash. I like the effect of the flash, though. I don't know, because I did it without the flash, and I couldn't. Yeah, it was not good.
Let's back up a second, Spidey. Let's go for a history question for you for your history lesson. So you said that he was exiled to a couple of islands, right? There was another one. And you're right. There was another one. So you don't remember the other one? Do you remember why? Now I didn't know this, so this is for you.
Didn't he? Because he had because people on Elba helped him, whether they were fans of his or he bribed them, or and some say it wasn't him. Some say it was actually his brother.
So it says Napoleon escaped. So he was exiled in 1814 April, and he escaped in February 1815. It took control of France. The Allies responded by forming a seventh coalition, which defeated him at the Battle of Waterloo in June 1815. And then the British exiled him on the remote island of St. Helena in the Atlantic, where he died a few years later. St. Helena.
But, maybe it was him, or maybe it was his brother. Maybe it was his brother. We don't know.
Oh, you don't that it was him?
There's conspiracy. Yeah.
There you go. Arr. Wes Cagle in the chat confirms St. Helena. He knows.
Photoshop and dim the lights on. Okay, thanks. Now, I can and I will. So this, moving on to the next place. So we've left Lagos. That's in the south. Now this is way up in the north. One of my most favorite towns. This is probably my favorite town in all of Portugal, which is one of my favorite countries. This is Oporto. This is where port wine comes from. Oporto, and
cool.
Gorgeous there. It's even more hilly than Lisbon, and the buildings are just ornate, just incredible with the blue and white tile. Again, all the hand. I don't know whether it was hand done, but it looks hand done. Beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Loved it there. I mean, look at that. Can you imagine?
Wow.
More of the tile work, the blue and white tile work, huh?
That's right. Yeah,
absolutely stunning.
Great shot. Thanks, Brett.
Those murals look incredibly dense.
Elba, I think. Yeah, you got it. They do. I think they're very heavy.
I mean, whatever it is that they're the drawings on there, the artwork on there looks very dense. The pictures, right? The left and the right in the center of the columns.
Oh, Brett Cohen is cooking garlic prawns for everyone, so get hungry. Thanks, Brett Cohen. That's awesome. Yeah, and the paint as well. The paint is very thick. It's got texture and thickness, and they bake it in the ceramic process. So there's a view overlooking, because it's very hilly. So I climbed up to the hills, and you could overlook Oporto. Just gorgeous. and this is inside. This is a historic. I believe this was a historic building that we were allowed to go into. It used to be a bank, but now it's just open to the public, and just gorgeous.
Oh wow!
Look at that beautiful mural. My God, look at that. I wonder how long that took to
I know,
draw.
right?
And what would they have used? What kind of
what kind of pen? I would have thought they would have with
paintbrush.
I mean, and how do you do a ceramic coating on them? Like,
Right.
like how do you? I mean, do you dry fit it and then paint it and then take it all down and put it in the ceramic coating? I mean, I don't know. I don't think so.
That'd be cool
seamless.
It'd be cool to find out.
Will, do you mind reading this from Tiger Stripes, please?
Tiger Stripes says, "Abel, I've seen her do this before. Able I was ere I saw Elba." Palindrome. She's good with
Abel
those.
was I. Ere I saw
Abel was I. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I take 2 demerits for that mistake.
You like the flash two things, John. I appreciate
sometimes your brain reads it, even though your eyes say no. It's not that those words are different.
I'm dyslexic.
West Cagle knows. West Cagle coming and slamming down the history.
He was smacking it down before I could even spit the word
out. Good to see you, West Cagle. So let's see how his language is. Okay, everybody in the chat. Let's see how smart the chat is with the Spanish. Now, obviously, we can all read bar. Yes, it is a bar, but Casa de Quijadas. Do you know what that is? Quijadas. Hopefully, they can see it clearly. Any guesses as to what that is? It's one of my favorite things to eat. I'm
gonna bow out. I already know, so I'm gonna bow out. Let's give Rod a shot. Let's give the chat a shot. They seem to be smarter than we are tonight.
Rod, do you have any idea what that? I didn't know what that is in Spanish. I had to look it up.
I should know. That's not quesadillas, is it?
Like not at all.
Or burrito? You should. I should. Yeah, no.
Like
all
Jesus
right.
was buried in Japan. I didn't hear that.
I think he's talking about conspiracy theories. We were talking about that's back when we were talking about Napoleon's brother and Napoleon's twin, evil twin brother. I've got an evil twin brother. Everybody knows about it.
Yeah, that's right. So this is Casa de Quijadas. That's the House of Cheesecake or Cheesecake House.
Cheesecake. Well, fuck yeah.
I can't pronounce. Is that an I or an L? It's key.
I.
Quijadas.
Oh, I'm gonna see if
Quijadas. That is an I. Yep. There we go. And can you see the tile work above it? Do you see the tile work there? On the chimney looking part of the building, right above the red casa, is another tiled sign that says the same thing in tile work. Casa de Quijadas. Gorgeous tiles. Gorgeous. I would have taken that down and make it the front and center of the whole place, but they like the red sign, I guess. But anyway, absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
So you going for a beer or some wine or some Porto and some cheesecake? Yeah, that would actually be good. Cheesecake and Porto would be great. Yeah.
So this is Oporto. This is where port wine comes from in the northern, quite far north in Portugal, right on the Atlantic coast, pretty much. And they have a river that goes through it, coming from Spain, and they get into arguments with Spain because Spain doesn't really take into consideration what sometimes they flood Oporto and sometimes they have not enough water. So Spain controls the water flowing through Porto. So that's a bit of a controversy, but just a gorgeous hilly spot. And you can see the steep hills there. And they're preparing for a celebration, the StJohn'sFestival, the St. John's Hammer Festival that I was telling you about. And I don't know why, but these little green potted plants are very popular, of different sizes, and you buy them to celebrate this St. John's Festival. And the garlic, and you can see the garlic stalks with the flowers and the bulbs leaning up against that big garage door opening there, and also stacked underneath the umbrella are stalks of garlic with the flower. And the idea for this festival is you walk with the big stalk of garlic, and you try and poke the sort of around the face of the person in front of you with the garlic flower, and it's sort of part of the festival. And yeah, that's that's part of it. So here, how did that happen? What are you doing? Let's go there. There we go. And so the festival, and there's Oporto again. But I love the balcony. See the stylized balcony and the ironwork, like the wrought-work iron. Like you just don't see that.
It's so awesome.
Too much anymore.
Would these be apartments then? People are living here, right?
I believe so, or timeshare right on, because this is right on the river as it goes out, through Oporto. So this is a riverfront. Could be timeshare, could be apartment, probably fancy apartments. Yeah. Oh, and the best balsamic vinegar. That sounds great, Brett Cohen. You're making everyone hungry with the prawns. Thanks. Glad you liked the shot. These are all shots that I took. These are not postcards. These are all my own personal photos. Top of the morning to you, West Kegel, says Snail Messiah. And yeah, hey, Canadian Spider-Man, says Daniel's Hot Topics. Hello. Hello to you. Welcome and hello. You love prawn. Does he mean what I think he means?
What do you think he means?
He loves seafood? Yeah, let's go with
I'm
that.
not sure. I'm not sure.
I saw you called it on Elba, I think, before I was reading it off. Yeah, definitely.
That was Tiger.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
See, the chat's ahead of us. We're sitting here screwing around, blah, 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 blah.
I know. Would you mind reading?
Yeah.
Would you mind reading this from Tiger Stripes, please?
Tiger says to me, yeah, I know the palindrome. It's the only reason I know that particular factoid. Oh, well, look at that. She still beat us to the punch on it.
Yeah, she did. Brett Cohen says, what happened to clay in the West? It's recyclable. I know, right? In fact, in India, when you go to the clay wala, to the chai wala selling chai tea, it comes in a little clay cup, and you drink the tea, and then you throw the clay on the ground, and it shatters into basically the ground again. It's genius.
Wow.
Oh, thanks, Rod. Glad to have you back. And every time I do that, I stuff myself up. There you go. Okay.
Actually,
so this is the town hall. See that sort of phallic-looking building right in the center? That's with the guy on the horse. That's the town hall of Oporto. Porto. Some people call it Porto, but that's where port wine comes from. Huh. Delicious, delicious port wine. Very hilly. Lots of good walking. Lots of fresh fruit and veg at little shops along the way. That's a repeat. Look at that. There's me waving at the bottom. So you have an idea of the scale of that building.
Almost looks more like you're drowning.
Kind of.
How was the transportation? How was public transportation? They're getting taxis and buses and trolleys.
I don't remember taxi when I backpack, but I know the buses were convenient, and I did take in Lisbon. I took the train, the trolleys, and they were really convenient.
Nice.
Yep, it was good. Okay, so let's get back to the chat. And you're not messing with me, are you, Rod?
What?
No, okay, my mouse was jumping. That was me. Maybe that. No, I thought maybe you were messing with me with the chat.
No, okay,
no. Okay. What? Australia no speak Espanol. Oh, but West Kegel knew it was a house of something. And John says, "Oh, sorry for being in a bad mood. 3 sheets of you know what I mean. Perhaps I should say good night." Not at all, John. You are absolutely welcome in this chat.
Yeah.
All you want. You can be, as long as you're not offensive to anyone, you can say whatever the fuck you want in this chat. Don't worry about offending YouTube either.
I don't think I didn't hear him saying anything.
Conventional cheesecake.
Bad mood at all.
Oh, I've been really turning out I've been really turning out the cheesecake lately. Tiger Stripes, if you're saying you make cheesecake, we need to do a meetup because
We need
you are
photos.
talking my language.
We
Great
need to
tile
see
work.
it.
It really is, John. Nice bar. Yeah, that was a nice cheesecake bar. I know, right? When I would nothing more. I would want maybe pretzels and cheesecake when I'm at a bar. Spanish is an ugly language unless spoken by a woman.
Oh no. Now I'm gonna have to disagree with Brett right there.
I
I
don't
am
know.
100%.
Beautiful language.
I'm
I love it.
100%. Oh, me too, man.
I don't know. Maybe.
It's okay to
River runs
disagree to
through it.
disagree,
Yes, a
but
river does run through it.
them just fighting words right there.
Oh, Porto, yes. Portuguese mind is ugly, but do you think Portuguese is ugly? It's not as pretty as Spanish, perhaps. Wasn't Porto the
kidding?
city that compromised the territory that eventually become Portugal? Holy crap, West Kegel.
I
Are
tried
you
looking that
kidding?
up. There's a lot of history in Porto, but I couldn't find the answer to what Westgate
Wow.
was asking. But there's a lot going on there.
How's that for a church, hey?
Did you know that? Well, first off, I don't know if either of you saw Fast Five in.
No, I did not.
Period.
I did not. I saw a couple of them, but not that one.
Oh, that's actually the one to watch.
Cool.
First off, like the stunts and everything are really good.
Yeah, I'd love to watch
anyway,
them
the-
all.
Funny. Good, Brett. Thanks for being here.
Yeah. But anyway, the villain in the movie, a drug dealer, he basically said he's talking to people to help finance his latest scheme, and then he happens to mention that he says that. Did you know that when the Spaniards came to conquer Brazil, they brought spears and shields and swords? Yeah. So, but when the Portuguese came to conquer Brazil, they brought gifts. They brought electricity. They brought they brought food. And that is why half of Brazil is speaks Portuguese.
Makes
Which-
sense.
Interesting, that's why Portuguese is the dominant language in Brazil, and
That makes
Spaniards.
sense.
Yeah, Spanish is less than half.
Yeah. That makes sense. And I was saying the religious, they are quite religious as well. And you can see
They
that
are.
is, I believe, the Virgin Mary again in just someone's fancy house. I don't know whether that didn't appear to be a hotel or anything. It was just a fancy,
Wow.
like a very older part of Oporto, right near the river where all the old buildings are. And yeah, I love a late chat to Brett Cohen. So would you consider escargot, does that count as seafood?
No, I don't think so. They're not river
No,
grown,
I
are
don't
they?
think so.
I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
Yeah, no, I don't think
I
so.
don't
I'm not a
think so.
snail expert. Snail Messiah might know, but I'm scared to ask him because he's probably offended. So this is again Oporto at night, and we rented a little hotel. The hostel was full, but we were able to get the hotels are just as cheap, same price. So why not? I rented a little. No, it was a hostel hotel, kind of almost the same, really. It's a combination. And the guy running it was Portuguese, and he taught me a few words like listo, meaning your room is ready.
Ready.
But nice,
Yeah.
nice fellow, real hospitable people. But yeah, this is a view out over Oporto.
Gorgeous.
And Will, you said lots of history, lots of conquering, lots of carnage and fun. Looking up the history.
I was trying to find that answer that Wes Kago posed, and there's a lot of history going on there, so I couldn't exactly confirm that for him. But
Right.
it's fascinating though, and I love reading about history about early Europe. It is a lot of conquering, and a lot of carnage.
I'll make vinaigrette. I'm in. Very cool. Fuck, I'm Sherry 210 cheats. Jesus. Okay.
I'll also make a comment about the language. While we see some comments about whether people like Spanish or not like Spanish, there are different varieties of Spanish as well. Just like there are in English.
Oh, yeah.
You cross the United States and you go to the
course.
mid, right?
Of
And there's
course.
you get down to the deep
Australian English as opposed to Scottish, as opposed to
yeah,
Luffy.
or go to New Orleans and there's so much
Right.
French involved you can barely
Right.
understand them. Well,
Yep,
how about this? If you go to the north of Uruguay, they're on the they're you've got a lot of visitors coming in from Argentina, and the Argentinians, they bring their influence of their version of Spanish, which is influenced by Brazilian Portuguese, and their version of Spanish is the prettiest by far, in my opinion. It's so beautiful.
Totally.
It almost sounds like some blend of Spanish, French, and Portuguese all slammed together, and it just makes my ears melt. I love it so much, and that I can see is where I particularly get my draw for the love of the Spanish languages from their dialect, and specifically the Argentinian Spanish specifically.
Right.
Central America is the Castilian version of Spanish, correct?
Well, they don't have the entonces, and they don't pronounce the C's with a TH. So
that's right.
They with the Spain. Is that what you're referring to, Rod? Is that referring to Rod, the Castilian? That I found is specifically and only in Spain itself where they did pronounce
that's what
that.
Sorry, I got that mixed up. That's what I was, because we were talking about Spain there.
Everywhere.
That's what I was going to say. Like the Spanish there is the Castilian version, which like
in Spain it is.
I mean, for example, Ibiza is just that. Like Ibiza, not. Central American Spanish would pronounce it Ibiza.
Right.
That's right.
Exactly.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah. So do you gentlemen see this? This is a like a copper drinking fountain.
I was going to say, is that a drinking fountain? Good Lord.
It's a double-sided drinking fountain. I don't know how old it is. It looked ancient, old enough for me to want to take a photo of it. And it was all copper, like an ornate, like incredible.
Wow.
Eh? And Rod, do you mind reading? Is Tiger Stripe saying that she makes Instapot cheesecake? Oh my goodness. Is that what, do you mind reading that? Is that what she's saying? Am I interpreting that correctly?
Tiger Stripe says, so many cheesecakes. Bro eats most of them. I'm getting pretty fasted. Instapot for the win. Yay!
So you make cheesecakes for your bro and
nice.
Instapot. Wow, that's amazing.
That's amazing.
What a good. My brother has an Instapot. We're gonna have to figure out how to do that. So what do you think of this building, gentlemen? Again, I look like an apartment building, but look at the wrought iron balconies, all the work there, and the tile work.
Yeah. Absolutely love that.
Yeah.
And that it doesn't. I cut it out of the picture. That's quite a steep sloping street there. It's right on a steep sloped street.
You can kind of tell though. I mean, like if you just look at the shadows, I mean, like holy crap, that's a steep street.
Yeah, it really is in both directions actually. But can you imagine a building like that? Like, hey, this is my apartment building. Like, how fancy is that? And and it was typical. It was in Oporto, in northern Portugal, folks, right on the Atlantic coast. Gorgeous. Not as warm as Lagos in the south, but still beautiful. And there's the famous. That is pretty much the center point of Oporto. That is the main bridge, and it's got an upper level and a lower level with traffic, with cars and trucks and so forth. And that's and look at the building up on the right hand side of it, up where the bridge is. I don't know what that was, but with all the palm trees and it looked like an observation tower up there, but just fantastic.
Is this a light rail going across the top there? The train.
That is what it looked like, but I don't remember seeing trains go across it, and I didn't. It was a long way up there, and do you know how far back I would have to walk 3 kilometers because there was no way to get up there that was easy. I had to, but anyway, I don't think there's light rail. No, I think that was a couple of buses. Yeah, but this is the Douro, the Douro River, in Oporto, and the highlight of and everything was built right around on the hillsides around. It was just gorgeous. Now, Cheesecake is the best. Any fruit will do. I agree. And lots of SH sounds, says Tiger Stripes, and she's referring to this comment. Rod, do you mind reading that, please?
Yeah. Oh, and I totally agree. Tiger Stripes says, I think Portuguese is a much prettier language than Spanish, personally. Less nasal. Yeah, I got to agree with that. Although, like I said, I mean, also because, like, a lot of times, too, like, with Portuguese, there's so much emphasis on pronouncing and making sounds. It's like, bom dia, which is like, if you actually read it, it would say, bom dia, but, like, Portuguese, Brazilian Portuguese is like, bom dia, and it just kind of like, it just literally rolls off your tongue.
Also notice the bands that sing fados, like Madre Deus I mentioned earlier, they're all in Portuguese, and it's ear dripping, melting. It's so beautiful to listen to that. I just absolutely love it.
Ear dripping. Yeah, there you go. See, I did tell you, because that lower level has traffic going across it too, but little boats like this can make it just squeak under there. But again, Spain controls the level of that river, so you never know, like. And sometimes I get some of the locals are saying here, because I spent 3 weeks here. When I heard the festival was coming, the St. John's Hammer Festival, I ended up convincing my partner that we should stay for 3 weeks there, or just about 3 weeks, 2 weeks maybe. It was great.
Wow. Cool.
Do you mind reading this, Will, please, from Tiger Stripe?
Tiger Stripe says, Wikipedia says, historically, Portuguese was the lingua franca, the common language. And I wonder if that would go back to the time when wasn't Portugal a great maritime empire?
You're darn right it was.
It was.
Maybe 15th century, 14th or 15th century. Taking a guess on that.
Don't forget Italian Christopher Columbus tried to get his journey to the New World funded by Italy, nothing. Spain, nothing. But then he went to Portugal, and the Portugal, oh, sure, here you go, 3 ships and a shit ton of money.
I did not know that. I didn't know it was Portugal that funded him.
Yep.
Here we go. During the 15th and 16th centuries, Portugal led the Age of Discovery and established one of the longest-lived maritime and commercial empires, becoming one of the main economic and political powers of the time and the world.
That's awesome. I'm not surprised.
Yes.
So, would you mind reading this, Rod?
Yeah. Yeah, Tiger Strips. There is such a thing as a sneeze snail.
Sneeze snail.
There is such a Tiger Strips. There is such a thing as a sea snail, but escargot are land snails. Right.
Yes. Okay.
JPRPH 1 says he's got to say goodnight. Have to be up at 9 a.m. Eastern, so I will leave the stream running. Thanks all. Good night.
Go yet. Don't go yet. I have one video to show you. Don't go yet, because the Hammer Festival that I was telling you about. Now, guys,
yes, I want to see it.
This is going to be loud. I've got a few videos, but before I go, I've got this one right queued up. Okay, so
Garrett, you got to see this, man.
John, and you got to see this. Cover your ears, folks. This is loud. Fair warning. This is going to be
turn the volume
down. Loud. Okay. Oh no. Not that one. Not that one. This one. We will show that one later, but this one. This is going to be loud. Yeah, I told you that was loud. Sorry, folks. That's actually how loud it was. That was my phone. Like, yeah. Oh, there's the kitty. Hi, kitty. Yeah, that was the fireworks. It went on for 2 hours at various. Like, they took pauses to like so we could calm down. But that was the finale. That's the St. John's Hammer Festival. Unbelievable. Yeah, unbelievable.
When is that festival, Spidey?
The end of June. The end of June.
Every year?
every year. Yep, every year.
Hell yeah.
So that was Oporto, John. That was Oporto in northern Portugal. Porto and they have that end of June. That was June 23rd, and they go around bopping each other on the heads with plastic hammers, squeaky hammers, and they have and then they eat sardines and green peppers, specifically barbecued on a little hibachi outdoor barbecue, and then they have the finale of 2 hours of fireworks on 3 or 4 barges in the river under the bridge there, beside the bridge. So let's pull this up again. And
you had me confused because I was confusing it with, like, there's a festival in Central America. I wonder if William knows. It's a sledgehammer fireworks festival, but like what it is people walk around with sledgehammers, and they I'm not sure if it's a competition or what. I'll have to look it up again. But like people run around with sledgehammers, and then like they keep smacking these discs, and like the discs are full of explosive material, and it just
wow.
Explodes up. Yeah.
No, don't know it.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
But yeah, no, that's what, and
Thanks,
that's what honestly, that's what I thought you were talking about at first, and then I'm just kind of like, okay, I'll have to look that up again. But like, no, it's kind of amusing too, though. I mean, because I've seen videos of it of like people like sitting there and like, oh man, like they slam their hammer down, and all of a sudden it explodes, like, and the guy goes back like 2 feet, and
right.
Like, oh man.
Well,
the Portuguese name of the festival is the Wikipedia page is in Portuguese. That's why I linked it, because it's not so easy to find. Okay. And it's called Festa de São João do Porto. But there's the link. We can find out more about it. I definitely got to go visit one of these years. It's got to be on the list.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I highly recommend it. Man, I tell you, it's one of the most amazing festivals. It's probably the most, and I saw Japanese fireworks festivals all summer long, right?
Yeah.
And these fireworks were more, and the person with me was Japanese, and we both agreed they were as good, or they rivaled or beat anything in Japan for the intensity and the length, and just it's. So I did go up pretty high to the bridge almost, and that's why I don't remember seeing any trains on it. But so I did. I did get up there quite, and you get quite a view over the river, the Douro River.
Wow.
Douro River. And then they put out 4 barges and just blasted. And see, along the riverbanks there is all the distilleries for the port wine, because they need lots of good clean water. So you can go down and walk along the walkways along and sample port wine right along those distilleries. And there's another. How's that for?
Wow.
Yeah, that is so intricate.
And you know what? I'm going to try this and see what happens. And hopefully window. No. Yeah, let's see what happens. Share audio, and hopefully I don't embarrass myself here. All right, let's go. Share audio, hide that. Can you all see that? All right, let's go. Share audio, hide that. Can you all see that? All right, let's go. Audio, hide that. Can you all see that? I don't know if you can. I don't hear the volume on this. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you. We've got a loop going on though.
Can you guys hear me? Yep. Okay. Anyway, that was down the corridor watching. Can you guys hear me? Yeah. So anyway, that was what it was like. For some reason, can you guys hear me? So anyway, stop that. And there we go. I don't think there was volume. I don't think the chat could hear the volume. That was a very. I had trouble operating the camera and getting volume on that one. But yeah, I'm glad you like the fireworks, everyone, and thank you for doing that, William Shakespielberg. So that's what the Hammer Festival looked like. So people would just go around and bop each other on the head all night long, and that went until the fireworks started at midnight, and they went until about 2 a.m. So in the evening, when the sun goes down, people you'd see people out barbecuing, and then in the evening they'd go around and they'd crowd the streets and bop each other on the heads with the hammers, the plastic hammers, because they sell the hammers in the streets for days leading up to it. And little old ladies selling like tablesfuls of these different sized plastic hammers. And then that night, people just go like for hours bopping each other on the head. And it's in the heat of the end of June. So I think it's a stress reliever. And police, nuns, it doesn't matter. Everyone gets hit on. Babies, they get hit on the head with the squeaky hammers. Or you can make your own foam hammers. You can make it. And then, or you can walk with the big garlic stalk that I was telling you about, and people try to like get a little bit of the garlic flower in your face, or around you, so you can smell it, I guess. And then and then it culminates at midnight with that 2-hour-long fireworks extravaganza off of the 4 barges down at the river beside the bridge. And herrings, St. Olaf rules, yes. Audio inception. Oh, sorry. Was it? Oh, and Mr. Tickle Trunk, hello to you. We got volume. We got it twice because we were restreaming on your own stream sound. Okay. See, I'm new to this, buddy. I try my best, but thank you, Mr. Tickle Trunk. So you could hear the crowd and the music and the bopping. I suspected you could. I suspected you could. So thanks. You got the audio twice. Okay, Mr. Tickle Trunk, thanks. So how do you like this? A temporary invasion of gremlins back there, all cleared up, it seems. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, look at that. How's that for tile work? And this is on the outside of a building, folks. On the outside of a building. Now that looks like someone, I don't know what's going on there. Someone kneeling in front of the king, and yeah. I wish there was little inscriptions in English beside the outdoor murals that you go, but you just stumble upon these outdoors, and you just gotta, if you're lucky, if you spoke Portuguese, maybe you could ask someone. But yeah, I just thought it was incredible. You see these all over the place, man.
Wow!
And this is a double stairway. And I went in here because it's the oldest library in Portugal and one of the oldest libraries in all of Europe. And so I had to go in, and it's elaborate, like hand-carved double wooden staircases, and then I went upstairs. Like, how's that, man? How's that for a bookstore? Like, incredible. I couldn't afford anything in here, but it was so cool to just go and look. Like, so Portugal has history. It really does. There, that picture from up top is better.
I'll have to look it up and see if that's the library. No, that can't be the library that was burned, but there was a library that was like 2,000 years old, more than about 3,000 years old, and it was basically a collection of knowledge of everything that was known at the time, and travelers would come there, and what they do is like they bring a scroll of whatever they discovered or knew or whatever, right? And then they contributed it to that library. Awesome. And the other thing too was that the library, it was a library of knowledge, because you could go there and you were allowed to take you were allowed to look at everything in that library. And what you were also allowed to do was reproduce the scroll, and then you put the scroll back, and then obviously they probably would make sure that you're not taking the original, but then they'd put the original back, and then you could go off with your own copy, or a copy of the few.
Man, wouldn't that be cool if we could do it at the Smithsonian or something?
I'll have to look at.
There's a movie
that's off of a Thoughty 2 video. Sorry, I just wanted to say that.
There's a fantastic movie about the whole thing, and it's the library. I believe the library is about the same as the movie. It's called Agora, Agora.
That sounds
and it's actually it's a Greek library. It's from the around the fourth century BC, or
Yes.
that's around when it got torn down by the Christians. In fact,
Yeah, it got burnt.
It got
The
burned
Christians
down.
burnt, of all people, Christians burnt
Right.
it.
It's an incredible story.
Wow.
It was actually produced by a Spanish
Wow.
producer from Spain, and it's an absolutely fantastic movie. I recommend everyone go see it. Not only for the actual the quality of the movie itself, but the history behind it is phenomenal. It shows the pagans ran the city for centuries, and then once the Christians banded together and got amassed themselves of enough size, they came over and just basically ran over the whole thing. Yeah, and destroyed it.
Speaking of Christians and church, the one thing I noticed in Portugal, and I went into quite a few churches, just because I'm not religious at all, but I studied culture. I do have a degree in cultural anthropology, and I've been fascinated with culture all my life, and a big part of culture is religion, and also because of the architecture. Even if you're not religious, I think anyone can appreciate the art and the architecture. And what struck me with Portugal and Spain compared to any other church or building I've been to in the world is the amount of gold. I mean, gold, Portugal, Spain, and Italy, I suppose. Gold really everywhere. It just incredible. Just absolutely incredible. But there you go. And I just wanted to show you back here. Do you see the table down there in the foreground, right at the very bottom? That's an older lady with gray hair and a blue shirt, and she's selling plastic hammers on that table. She has a whole table full of plastic hammers, and I went down later and got a hammer from her. But nice. That's why that right by the bridge there, and that's where the photo. So and the fireworks later on will be right on the water, right in front of us all there. And there's a guy on a horse. That's in front of the town hall in Oporto. And Mr. Tickletrunk says, "Pretend I'm not here." I don't think so, buddy. You're hard to miss. And Brett Cohen says, "Well, my garlic's nearly flowering." Well, it should be. Is that sexual or is he being serious? Because mine is still a little ways from flowering. I think he's being serious. Brett Cohen. Rod, would you mind reading this, please?
Yeah. So Brett Cohen says, so not to be political, but Europe is moving right to be against the silly U.S. How is that vibe? Huh. Interesting point.
No problem. We can definitely talk politics here. My minor was actually, coincidentally, political science. I certainly don't mind politics. The only thing is, as long as people respect each other, like I have debates and I have friends that are absolutely diametrically opposed to me politically, and we still talk about it without getting emotional. So as long as people respect each other and can have proper discussion like adults without emotion, go ahead and talk about whatever you want in this chat. I don't ever think they will ever be stupid enough to monetize me after what some of the things I've said. So go ahead. As long as we can be adults in the chat, we're all friends here, right? We have more in common than we do have differences. I guarantee that.
See, that's why I became such a follower of Stoicism, is because Stoicism has a great respect for other opinions. I mean, because in fact, Stoicism is more, and Stoicism is more understanding that you are not always right, and that's the thing. I mean, understand, and like, of like, okay, what makes your, tell me why you're, tell me why that displeases you, or what doesn't, why doesn't that,
here they are decorating for the festival.
Yeah, but anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, cool. They're decorating for the festival. Now he's on the top step of that very kitchen-looking steps
ladder.
Assembly. Yeah, that's not even a ladder, man. I work with ladders. That's a kitchen step stool. He's on the very top of that thing. That does not look safe. But anyway, Tiger Stripe says Brett Cohen, the whole world hates the U.S., but they're happy to take our money. That is true.
That's true.
That is true. But they took all the gold. China's buying up all the gold. It's crazy. And I'm realizing, I'm hearing now, because I follow a guy called Serpentia, and he's showing videos where a lot of the gold is fake, like gold bars, and people are taking them. It's a business where people go around telling you if your gold is fake or not. And they have magnets, and they actually take bolt cutters to some of them, and 30% of some of these gold is fake. It's crazy. So yeah. Anyway, don't buy gold unless you really know what you're doing. Thank you, William.
Wow, man, we're over 2 hours, and we're sitting at 19 people. Wow,
fantastic. Rod, do you mind reading what William Shakespielberg wrote, and maybe he can expand on that a bit?
Oh, sure. Yeah, William Shakespielberg says, movie about that ancient. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I just read that to myself. Movie about that ancient library is called Agora, 2009, starring Rachel Weisz. Oh, so she's reprising her librarian role from Mummy, the first one, and Oscar Isaac. Yes, the same guy from Star Wars sequels, and what's his pimple from X-Men? Yeah, Apocalypse. He also played Apocalypse in X-Men Apocalypse.
Cheers, Gil. Cheers to you, brother.
Cheers to
This
Gil.
is water. This is water. I figure I can go one day without drinking. You'd hope. Thank you, Rod. Yeah. And so again,
this is the first time I've had beer in almost a week.
Here they are. Again, these are apartments and just people's houses. But look at the ornate, and this is downtown near the river in Oporto. So they are the older, more upscale places. But they really keep their places renovated. They really keep them and to the original style and original character. And look at the ornate work. And so here they are decorating for the St. John's Festival. Again, yeah. And like both actors. Yeah, well, I like both actors as well. And William Shakespielberg, would you mind reading what you wrote there?
I said I strongly recommend that film. Unfortunately, there's no USA release of the Blu-ray. I know it. I know it was released in Spain. I'm assuming it was also released in UK and probably, maybe possibly France or Italy, but not in the Blu-ray. And you can check that out on Blu-ray.com. That could change at any moment. Somebody could decide to release it here. It is available on DVD here, and there are also HD streams, high definition streams, available, quote unquote, if you know what I mean. And if
that's what that means. Okay, if you know what I mean. Got it.
If you see the movie and you are so desperate to get a hold of the HD stream, just hit me up on the Twitter X, and we'll see how we can get that done.
See, and Oporto is pretty big. Like, it's a pretty big town. There was at least a dozen port wine distilleries. I don't know if you call them distilleries, but port wineries right down near the river, along the banks of the river. And I made it to 3 of them and had to call her quits. And there's also a naval boat on display down there. If you're quick, you could probably get onto it. Just don't let them catch you. But yeah, I do like naval. I don't like war, but I do like machines and inventions and a lot of and I do like shooting guns as long as just for fun. So
you did get up there and fire off a few rounds, right, Spidey? Tell me you did.
I think I would have been deported pretty quick. But you see what I'm pointing to? This is some sort of a sweet cake bread, but they wrap they wrap jelly in there, like sweet jellies, but they also do ham and cheese, and I'm pointing to ham and cheese. This is a giant ham and cheese kind of cakey bread sandwich, and I don't know why I didn't go buy one, and I'm find myself full of regret now just looking at this photo. I am so full of regret that I didn't go. I think I went and bought sweets, but they did have them filled with jam, and then they had them with cheese and ham too. Ooh. Daniel's Hot Topic says X-Men 97 season finale was so great. You gotta watch it. You'll love it. Is that sarcasm or is he serious? I think that's serious.
I don't know. I'm kind of confused because like
I think he's
I've
serious.
had enough people in my personal feeling still just kind of like anything Disney is just kind of like nope, sorry.
And I just took the photo of McDonald's. Not that I'm promoting McDonald's, but I just thought that was the most ornate McDonald's,
No, that's
most
That's
decorative.
Man, anybody would have taken that, man. It's just like holy
that
crap.
was gorgeous. I know, like they're really gorgeous. Yeah, like not that I'm. Yeah.
Spidey, I got an idea.
Yeah,
let's make a promise for all three of us, you guys. Whenever we go traveling ever again from here on out, when you go into a McDonald's, go inside and get a good shot of the menu.
I usually do now. I usually
No,
do.
you know, you're right.
I did in Spain.
Yeah, I didn't do that in China. What a mistake, because that I would have loved to, just because I went there a lot in China and just, for lunch, and it would have been the menu was different, as well as they had Kentucky Fried Chicken in China, and the menu was completely different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, so while we're on the topic of food that I didn't buy, hot dogs in a jar. Now, I know you can buy those probably here now, but this is a few years ago, like I said, and I thought I'd never seen them before. Hot dogs in a jar. I did not buy those, folks. I did not buy those. I did not go into McDonald's there, or I might have to take a picture of the menu.
You want no hot dog in a jar? Come on.
No. What's wrong with you? Eh?
Yeah. What's wrong with you?
And this, again, was the outside of a building, just fabulous ceramic clay artwork,
That kind of reminded me of when I went into, my brother and I went into Hooters in Cozumel. And it was just interesting because, like, by comparison, I mean, like, just ordered a basket of fries and and I think we each got a hamburger and and like Jesus Christ, a basket of fries was just kind of like, I swear to God, it's probably for like 3 or 4 people easy, and like me and my brother are like, oh, okay, we got to take this to eat out, which is good because because the places we were staying at, Secrets Cozumel, was when you could order all hours of the night even for something.
Oh, right. Yeah. So again,
But,
another fancy church facade.
But the interesting thing is, like, when you ordered from the resort itself, what they considered one person size, and then like you order a burger hamburger grossa and French fries. It was like way smaller than like the Hooters size. I mean, like, again, we're just gonna. Oh, I don't want to eat too much any more of this because, also because it's so bloody hot, So, like, I mean, your appetite tends to kind of wane when the heat is on.
Well, normally yes, but Oporto is gorgeous, and we wanted to explore it all. And I love going on foot, but it's also very hilly, as you can see from these photos.
Yeah.
And because you'd see a beautiful church in the distance, and you'd want to go check it out, right? So you'd walk to it, but it's so hilly that you really worked up an appetite, believe it or not. And there's Town Hall. There you can see it from the side.
Wow.
The tower, the big tower there's it from the side, and you can walk up to it, and there is in front. And again, remember I told you part of this festival, the St. John's Festival, is this little potted plant, and it's like a clover type plant. And I used to know about this plant, but I'm sorry I've forgotten about the plant. But it was part of the St. John's Festival, and you see it everywhere. And so they put this giant plant, fake plant with a little boy and a sheep, I think it is, in front of the town hall. That's Town Hall in Oporto for the festival. And it's, like I said, end of June, the last week of June there. Yeah. Fantastic. Wow. It really, and an ornate building, like a really beautiful building for a town hall. And I mean, look at the carvings there. I mean, you don't find one of those on our town hall. Just holding up the roof. I mean, how many are there? I count 1, 2, like there's 10
3,
there
4,
at least.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Just on that side alone.
And that's just what I can see.
I know,
that's
right?
just what I can see. Like, man.
Yeah, and then see the tiles behind him are carved, and
yeah,
crazy. And so I went up onto the town hall steps and took a photo looking out. And so I was standing by those yellow barricades taking the photo, and now I'm taking a photo back.
Right.
And that's Oporto. Oporto is gorgeous, folks, and friendly people, gorgeous people, lots of architecture. It's warm. If you like food, Oporto's gorgeous. If you like buildings and architecture, it's gorgeous. If you like churches, it's gorgeous. If you like fireworks and barbecued food, the St. John's Festival is one of the best. Absolutely one of the best festivals I've been to. One of the most memorable photos I've been to.
Ahoy, Stark of Iron.
And where did I read? Oh, Tiger Stripes says, Brett Cohen, no idea what you're talking about now. Oh, okay.
Hail Orville Nation.
Oh, yeah, no, I was sure.
That's okay. That's what he was talking
about. Tiger Stripes, if you've no clue in the BRICS economy, you need to catch up. Yeah, the BRICS economy. Those are some good looking apartments. Those are, Daniel. And you said, oh my goodness. Orville Nation. Hello and welcome to you. Miss Katonic is here. Brett Cohen says, no, Iran with the UAR, etc. is building. Yeah, well, hopefully they build with parts made in China. A UAE. Okay, UAE.
They won't last long if they do.
No, Stark of Iron. Good to see you, buddy. That's why I'm not scared of the Chinese military. They use all equipment that was made in China. Good to see you, Mr. Stark of Iron. Ahoy to you. Good to see you. And Brett Cohen says, Tiger says, it's a new economy being started. I'm not dumping. It's fact. What? No, let's not be. Let's
be nice. Come on.
Yeah. Okay, blog. I have fun dumping on people. Okay. Yeah, let's be adults, everybody, please. And
come on, yeah.
Chat is lighting up.
There's no need for any name calling. I've known everyone in this chat here for a while. Let's act like adults.
Yeah, Try
to. There's Town Hall, and again, I don't know why with the chicken, but a giant stuffed chicken there, decorated.
Why not?
With it almost looks like a Big Bird, but with multicolored legs. Yeah, but Town Hall, gorgeous with the clock tower again, and decorations everywhere. Gorgeous decorations. And can you see the red flags that are hanging on the light poles there? One right down in the right hand bottom right hand corner. The red
Lord,
flags, the banners.
Thursday night. What, 20 people here? What the hell?
Yeah, they're already showing up now. It's awesome.
Those banners have a giant hammer on them, and they're advertising the hammer. But the hammer, if you look carefully, it's an actual can of beer because it's sponsored by a local beer, which was awesome. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Oh, of course.
Hey, Admiral Teague. Hello, and welcome to you.
Hello, Admiral Teague.
So I'm going to see if I can get this to work. So let's show.
Deadman Walking is checking out for the night.
They're
have a good one,
up
Deadman Walking
for the festival. Hey, Deadman Walking. Good night to you. Good night to you, sir. Thanks for being here. And yeah, they're decorating for the festival. Huge festival. And there you can see again the hammer. It's a beer can, but it's crumpled up like a squeaky hammer for the festival.
Oh, cool.
Must be a local lager of some kind, Spidey. Local lager, local beer.
It is, yep. And you know what? I'm going to show everyone. This is the hammers that they were using. They are indeed squeaky. And there's a whistle on the end as well.
Oh,
right. Yeah, and St. John of Oporto Hammer Festival, June 23rd. So yeah, there you go. So this is the hammer from that night from the Hammer Festival.
Nice,
right there. Yeah, I kept it, and I'm glad I did. So, and you know what? I'm gonna try. And do you know that link that I sent you? Are you able to share that, William Shakespielberg?
The video. Let's see.
Yes.
We're rolling. I think you have. I think you can turn it on.
Okay. Yeah.
Let me know when you're ready to go.
Oh, that's of
No,
Lisbon. Yeah. Oh, that's of Lisbon. Okay, that's a
right.
different one.
This is
That's
Lisbon. Right. Right.
okay. Yeah. No,
Okay.
I won't do that.
Okay.
The other one, no. You know what? I'm gonna try. Let's try. So as you can see, the banners are all advertising this big hammer festival, and which culminated in the giant fireworks. And my goodness, wasn't that a blast? Ooh, there's another military naval boat shot. And again, the banners for the festival. And yeah, okay, here's the lady selling. Here's the lady, and one of many. I took a photo of her above, and you can see on tables all behind her, because this is all pedestrian area, selling the squeaky hammers all to all the people and all the tourists and all the locals. Then the locals were involved, and it went all evening. As soon as the sun goes down, the barbecues are done, and they barbecued specifically sardine, fish, and green peppers, and that was what everyone was barbecuing, and maybe some pork as well. Oh, there's a Canadian flag, Rod. Do you see that?
Oh yeah, well that's the first thing I saw actually.
Yeah. And there's all the hammers lying on the what do you call it, on the wall there. And actually, you can see this very hammer. I believe you can see this very hammer in that photo. You can. But yeah, they were all like this. And so everyone's getting ready for the and I see. I don't know what's going to happen. I read a little bit about it, but I have no idea the shit that's about to go, and that it's going to go on by like little kids. We're up until 2 a.m, and yeah, everyone's getting ready. The shopkeepers are out, and it's getting exciting. It's such a good festival. Okay, there is a port wine distillery, and I'm gonna take us out so the folks can see it a little bigger. These are all along the riverbank there, the Douro River in Oporto. And that says Callum, I believe, Callum Port Wine. So there, you can go walking along there and have samplings, just like going to a winery. And you can go from one to the other to the other. I made it to 3. If you can do more than that, you're a better man than I. And it's just a wonderful. If you like wine tours, you can do that on foot. No driving. Thank you so much for being here, Dadman Walking. And Orville Nation, thanks for watching here. And again, glad to have you here, Stark of Iron. Brett Cohen says, it's not military. No war will be fought with force. It's about money. Why Americanized fighting is through no 2 proxies. Yeah, it is a lot about money. You're not wrong.
I don't know. I think it
is all about money.
Oh, absolutely. But I mean, on the other hand, I mean, I think that Ukraine would beg to differ. But
were the hammers manufactured by Acme? Probably. Oh no, I'm sure the Ukraine war, or at least the reason why it has continued so much is for they're funneling money somewhere. Somebody,
well, of course,
money laundering. It's about money laundering. I'm sure
it's all the way around. And I'm not just talking Russia. I'm talking America. I'm talking everybody. Everybody. I mean, Canada's bloody putting money into it. For why?
Canadian tourists there. Lots of
look
festivals.
At it. Just, yeah.
Have banners. Oh, see, that's what I was talking about. So see the fish in the foreground, Rod? He's barbecuing sardines, and green bell peppers will be there on later on. But yeah, all sardines, and everyone is doing with the charcoal barbecue. Everyone, all the neighbors, everyone comes out of their houses. They line the streets with these little tiny charcoal barbecues, and the grills. They're all burning charcoal briquettes, and they're all burning the same: the sardine fish and the green bell peppers. And it was part of the festival. Just that's what they do. That's what they eat. Yeah. And then as soon as it gets dusk, people go out and start bashing each other with the hammers. And then it culminates in the fireworks, in the massive, massive fireworks. And everyone goes down to the river, and yeah, look at that shot. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, folks. Set
I'm
up
reminded
4
of
barges.
wow.
All coordinated from 4 barges all through the river there. And the banks on both sides were crowded, just full of people. And these young kids got smart and went up on an elevated platform. What does Obi-Wan Kenobi say to Darth Vader? I've got higher ground. these kids saw higher ground, right?
It's over, Anakin. I've got the high ground.
Don't do it.
Will, I thought for sure you'd be the one to say that. But yeah, they got higher ground, and they were bashing everybody. It was merciless, and just the whole city was like, people were just wandering around, like the whole town doing it.
So
there's Lisbon. So I've got a video of Lisbon and a couple of videos of the fireworks celebration.
What about the garlic flowers, Spidey?
And
what about
people
shoving the garlic flowers in your face? Tell us about that.
I don't know why. That was part of the festival too. They either hit you with a hammer. It seemed like it had options, because in Thailand, if you've been to the water festival in Thailand or Laos, you have an option there. You can get have water thrown on you. Some people elected to throw water on people, and others threw maybe flour or maybe put charcoal on your face if they didn't want to throw water. And so this festival, you had options. You could hit people with the hammer, or you had the garlic flower that you just sort of wave and you assault them with smell.
That's a good plan.
The one guy got me in the face with it, but it seems like a less aggressive than hitting with on the hammer. But fascinating. The anthropologist in me was fascinated by this, and if I spoke Portuguese, I would have sat. I wasn't there alone. I had to take into consideration the partner that I was with, and had I been there alone, I might still be there. I loved this town. I loved this festival. This people. Do you know what? Try that in Vancouver, Rod Thunderheart. On a hot summer night, try giving everyone in downtown Vancouver plastic hammers of all sizes and let them go. Give them those and see what happens.
We're stupid. We're stupid enough that we don't believe in tradition. So if they tried, oh no, I'm with you here, 100%, man. But if they tried to start something like that up in Vancouver, somebody would misinterpret it. Next thing you know, fight would break out somewhere. Just like, hey, what are you doing trying to hit me with this stupid plastic hammer? Blah blah. That's just because we have no tradition here, none. And this is the problem with being a goddamn multicultural country where we all mix together and like no good
native.
Yeah, we've lost everything else.
The description of the party says this festival is to pay tribute to Saint John the Baptist in a party that mixes sacred and profane traditions.
Right.
Oh. And I did miss this. Tiger Stripes, very important, says Canadian Spider-Man. I bought my Instapot at a charity shop. It was so cheap. It cost me more to buy the rings and the little gaskets for it. Yeah, no doubt. Also bought a stainless cheesecake pan with a handle for the Instapot. That's all right. I got to get one for my brother.
You know what else for when we go, guys? When we go to this party, some upcoming year, this party starts in the late afternoon of the 23rd of June and usually lasts until the morning of the next day.
All right,
that's a 24-hour party. You just got to be prepared.
Cool.
I'm up for it. That's awesome.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Hey, Canadian Spider-Man, I had this question. I've been wanting to ask you since the start of this.
Yes.
Did you play any Chinkihilo? I believe it's pronounced.
No, what is that?
Really? Oh no, it's a and it's basically like horseshoes, but like the difference is it's like 2 guys on each side, and like there's little cleared away space, and like where, I mean, it was just kind of like a rectangle, cement rectangle, and then basically, and you would put something, I forget what the hell it is, but you put something there. I just remember seeing it. It looked sort of like a bullet, shaped like a shotgun shell. I mean,
Oh,
and well, it wasn't an actual shotgun shell. I'm just saying, like, that's the approximate size and shape of it. And you would throw this damn near 8-pound disc with a hole in the middle of it. And
right.
what you're supposed to do with the disc is you're supposed to hit the bullet shaped. Well, that's all I can think of, like little tube,
Yeah.
and like and it's all I know is that each side has a bullet or a goal or whatever you want to sit there and think about it. Like and like each side keeps throwing their however many discs they have, and it's just whoever gets to 25 wins, and a win is considered as soon as you knock off that bullet off the thing or whatever the tube
Yeah.
thing off the with your 8-pound disc, which is like, even I'd be kind of like, damn, man, that's a little bit of a thing
That's
to throw.
a bit much.
Yeah, but yeah, like 3.5 kilogram disc. Throw it. Like you're just basically supposed to lob it like a horseshoe, and then knock off the thing, and like whoever gets
Oh,
25
sorry,
wins gets a bottle of wine, a bottle of port.
that a bottle of port. That's why what a great prize. I love port. Absolutely love port, man.
Wow.
Love it. Okay, so there we go. Brett Cohen says garlic is part of the Ilium species. It's a root. Absolutely. And they were like 6 feet long, and that's why you could be walking behind someone and get them from behind. It's like a hockey stick. You know how easy it is to hook from behind with a hockey stick.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like a garlic smelling hockey stick. So here's Lisbon, folks, who, for anyone who wasn't here at the very start, this is Lisbon, the capital city of Portugal. And I have a video I'm going to and thanks for helping me. I just want to give a shout out to Mr. William Shakespielberg, who is helping me produce this show tonight. You've made this a lot easier and a lot more professional, so thank you.
You're quite welcome.
And you queued this up for me. So you are in control. So if you want to make it as big as you can and hit play with the volume.
There we go. I'm just watching are you seeing it? There we go. Okay. That's about as big as I can get it here.
Perfect. Yes, we can see it. And I'll just mute.
Sunset in Lisbon, Portugal.
What? That's it? 23 seconds? Holy crap.
Sorry about that. It seems like it looks like the pop-up window was showing in the replay there. So I'll be more conscious of that when if we replay that again, or if I play another video.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh, we lost Spidey. Let's see. Let's see if we can contact him.
He's, I'm here.
Muted. There you go. Yeah, you just.
Yeah, I muted myself. No, I know exactly. No problem with that at all, William. No problem. In fact, the other stream I was doing with Rod the other week, I actually accidentally showed a little bit from the province of British Columbia that had my fishing license number on it. It's like, well, that's not interesting to people. I don't need to show that. But anyway, what I do want to show is that the St. John's Hammer Festival. I do have a couple of videos here, and I believe this should have audio if I can do this correctly. So what I'm going to do is see if I can play this for everybody. And I think we'll probably still be able to hear us in the background. So if we can just not say a whole lot, and we'll just listen to the. Oh, fair warning to everybody, including those on the panel. This is probably going to be loud. Those watching. Those watching now live, and those in the future, and those on the panel, fair warning, this is going to be loud. It's a fireworks festival. I probably shouldn't have to tell people it's going to be loud, but it is going to be loud. Okay. Ready. All right. How was that? Could you guys hear any volume on that? I couldn't hear volume on that.
Hey, Lisa.
Look good. Let's sound good to me.
Hey, Lisa. Hello. Now I want to go, after the stream, I want to go watch Tim Hicks floating. Yeah. Hi, Lisa. Good to see you. And hello. And William Shakespielberg is here as well. Snail Messiah. Do you want to read this, Rod, please?
Yeah, sure. Snail Messiah says, kind of breaking news. Interesting. In Denmark, the Pride Parade is losing sponsors. In fact, so many they can hardly continue. Why? Well, they demanded to know the company's stance on the Israel-Palestine conflict. Huh, interesting.
Oh. Wow. Okay. Wow.
Intriguing.
Interesting. And 2 of 2. Okay, go ahead. And
that was it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, got it. Yeah, got it. And now we're only in place. Okay, never mind.
He was continuing this thought.
Okay. Yeah. Well, the key is to
give money to the truckers, and then after the time I was told that doing that shit I couldn't say what I wanted. How's that for free speech? Is it now that we're only in a place where you only wish to hear the speech you wish? That's fucked, in my humble opinion. He's absolutely right. And too, I don't know if you heard this, by the way, Canadian Spider-Man, but there were people arrested. There were people arrested on the Calgary subway, on the Calgary C train, simply because they were they mentioned something, and then and then cops walked off of them, and it even strangely made the mainstream news of all things. I don't know why. They must have been really looking for news that day or something. But
oh my goodness. Yeah, no.
But it wasn't. Yeah, literally, they got attacked by the thought police, and then
man.
Yeah.
Wow. No, the thought police. No kidding. Brett Cohen says, I think I knew this. Denmark is changing its ways in so many. Hence my comment before, Europe moving right. Yeah, you're not wrong. But I have faith, because I think Sweden has seen the error of its ways, and so hopefully things will turn around. Great to see you here, Tony and Lisa. Hey, Captain Notfinity, great to see you.
Well, did you know too, by the way, that up until as late as early as 1970, Canadian Spider, I'm not sure if you knew this, but in Sweden they actually what's the word, projected? Practiced. That's the word.
Yeah.
Sweden actually practiced eugenics. If you were mentally handicapped, if you had any sort of thing, right, they would literally come to your house. They would literally come to your house and sterilize you and make sure that you could not reproduce. Seriously, Like, how's that? I mean, yeah. And like I mean, if you were ugly, no kidding. Like, if you were ugly, if you're anything, like, if you're mentally handicapped, all kinds of things. And then, like, and the whole reason why was just simply to practice eugenics.
Eugenics, yeah. All right.
The only
Speaking of
funny thing is like, you can't argue with the results if you look at their beach volleyball teams or any other sports teams.
that's all right, Rod. Here now this is even louder, folks. Fair warning.
Okay.
This is going to be louder than the last one. This will be louder than the last one, panel and folks watching. So I'm hoping you got the audio. I believe you got the audio for the last one, and that's why
we
I
did.
have faith. Okay, you did, and I think you'll get the audio for this one. So it's going to be it's going to be quite a bit louder. So here we go. Let's see if we can get this to play.
Wow. Awesome. Just
wasn't that good? Yeah, I like that. I like that. And you know what? I'm going to do this one again, folks. What the hell?
Yeah. Yep.
This is loud too. I'm not okay. This is even louder. So please be careful. This is loud. Let's go. Yeah.
Wow.
That is just insane.
Took those myself. That's like, it was overloading. You could hear how the sound recording on my device was just being overloaded and overwhelmed with percussion. Like, unbelievable, folks. If you go to the St. John's Hammer Festival, be expected to get hit on the head with a squeaky toy hammer and everyone will be in great spirit about it. There will be no one fighting about it. And expect to take earplugs. We should have taken earplugs. 2 hours of just awesome fireworks. I could turn down the volume on the YouTube video Spider-Man. Ooh, you know what? I could have. Now you tell me. But what if people wanted to hear it full volume? I give the people their choice.
They need the full effect.
The people, if they want the full effect, I give the people their choice. You have choices, but
now we know why they need all the clay rooftops to prevent the building from burning down.
No kidding.
No, seriously.
That's a good point, actually. That is a good, serious point. Yeah. Brett Cohen. Would you mind reading this, William, please? From Brett Cohen.
Snail Mr. Saya. That was a channel. Oh, I'm sorry. Brett Cohen says to Snail Messiah, that was a channel I was subbed to. Been a meme for ages. No, not the same. I won't name them. Not that petty. I've lost track of what he's referring to here, though.
Yeah.
I think it was probably talking about in reference to the Swedes and how they practice eugenics.
Okay. And oh yeah.
Well,
why am I in the headmaster's office? No, I'm in my RV. This is my RV, and it's adorned with travel photos.
Well, that's.
I gave him the real answer.
That's Rabat in Morocco. Now this I cut from a magazine. I didn't take that photo myself, but yeah, fantastic. All kinds of memories here. So this is my RV. We're in my RV, broadcasting from my RV. So yeah, and okay. Brett Cohen likes the full bang bang from the fireworks. Good. I'm glad you like it. So there we go. Yeah, I'm glad you like the fireworks, Lisa. Glad you like it. So again, for those who didn't see at the beginning, this is Lisbon, the capital of Portugal. And Port. We were talking about Oporto. We just came from the St. John's Hammer Festival in Oporto. And that's a bottle of port. Delicious, delicious port. See, the store's closed. It's midnight. The store's closed. We've been going for 2 3/4 hours. Oh my!
Yep,
I
almost
didn't.
3 hours.
I'm sorry. You didn't know it was this gonna be. I'm sorry to take this much of your time, guys.
Well, what are you talking about? We're all having a good time. Look at the people are coming and going. The doors are open. The bar is flowing.
Awesome, because you feel free to leave at any time. But yeah, the fireworks there were just fantastic. Love it. Absolutely love the fireworks there.
China does a similar thing. It more or less the similar degree, although unfortunately I don't have any video of it, but during their lunar festival, their annual Lunar New Year, they rage on for hours and hours all night long with fireworks like that. And it is definitely something worth seeing at least once in your life. It is incredible. That kind of, it's very powerful and it's very exciting and very dangerous. Just, saying.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff does burn down. The Chinese have burned down cities, not cities, but buildings with their antics. Yeah, with their fireworks antics.
Yeah, you're right. And, and
we have the no scissoring. Yeah.
Yep, on the trolley cars there, on the subways, yeah. And lots of churches in Lisbon. And there's Sintra, again, the fairy tale castle place of Sintra. So, yeah, we just absolutely gorgeous, spectacular. So thanks for being here, everybody. I appreciate it. And thank you both. I really appreciate you both doing this with me and exploring Portugal.
Yeah, no, man.
It was a lot of fun.
It's one of my favorite places, honestly.
You taught me a few things, William Shakespielberg. I thank you very much.
Oh, thank you guys. This has been really a lot of fun with the three of us. It
was cool.
Just been really lively all night long.
Gorgeous buildings, the Sintra itself. I'd never heard of Sintra before I'd gone to Portugal, and it's right in the middle of Portugal there. And yeah, lots of palaces and castles. What was the name of the castle again? The Pepe?
The São Jorge, if I'm pronouncing that right. Castelo de São Jorge.
St. George Castle. Gorgeous.
Want to remind folks, if anybody do visit Portugal, you've got to go to Sintra, spelled the same as Sinatra, but only one A. To go visit that right there, the real Cinderella's castle.
And the castle grounds, gorgeous. Yeah, and the food was good.
Only 40 minutes outside of Lisbon.
Snail Messiah. I'm sorry, I keep saying that is not on purpose. And this is Lagos. I don't think I had any snails down here. So
have a good night, Tone. Start the
Oh, hey, yes, let's yes. Tony says, rapping. Have a blessed night. Yes, that is a weird spelling. Thanks for being here, and I appreciate you being here, man. Snail Messiah, would you mind reading this, Rod Thunderheart?
Sure.
As we just wrap up here.
That's funny. Fun fact: the Danish word for retarded is "ansvag," which translates to "weak of spirit."
Oh, well, that's
intriguing.
Probably very offensive these days. Yeah.
It's getting so anything is offensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
Woke world around us.
Okay. Well. Oh, hey, yeah, Starkavar. No, this was planned ahead of time. When I do my travel shows, it's planned ahead of time, and it's but open panels and open just travel chats and things like that. Absolutely, I've got room for 12 people, and that's absolutely, brother. You are invited. You have an open invitation. But for the travel shows, it's kind of like how you do your reactor side, not your reactor side chats, but your interviews with one-on-one with guests, and that's sort of what this is. So, oh, hey, thanks. So yeah, good to see everyone here. And yeah, this is pretty much it. I just wanted to thank y'all for being here. And I guess we'll finish with maybe. Ooh, that was delicious. That was meat. Oh, beef. There we go. There's Lagos. There's the moon, the full moon in the southern town of Lagos in Portugal. So thanks for being here. Thanks for being here, everyone. And
thanks for inviting us.
Brett Cohen, appreciate it. Good to catch you as well. And Tony Starkemire, thanks a lot. I appreciate you sticking to the end. William Shakespielberg, thanks for being here. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Someone had a question early in the chat. I don't remember who it was. Asked, Canadian Spider-Man, where is your next adventure?
Ooh, I have a schedule actually next week. So that is, what's this? The Thursday the 16th. So that'll be Thursday the 23rd. We are going to be exploring more of Japan with Fermented Cinema, who happens to be broadcasting. He will be broadcasting as he lives from Japan. He lives in Japan. So We'll be doing places.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, additional places and additional photos that I've not shown before. And he's going to be joining us. So that'll be fantastic. And we'll get right into depth because he lives there. Like I said, his Japanese is much better than mine. But tabun watashi tachi tabun nihongo ga hanasemasu. Who knows? We might speak Japanese a little bit between us, but we'll translate as we go, like I just did. So yeah, thanks for being here, Rod. What would you like to promote? Let's go. I'll ask William. You can wrap up the show. But before I do, Rod, what are you working on, and what would you like to promote?
I'm working hard at my on my Patreon, which I'm a digital artist. So if you want anything, give me a picture and whatever you want, let me know, and I can probably do it. But also, and like, I can do like anything, I mean, like, and this kind of all started with just simply my obsession with the invisible women, and then it was just neat to take pictures of people I knew and all that, and like, and made them invisible. And then suddenly, but then I discovered I could do other things. I mean, I could play with the color, make their faces red. I could put a loop around the body, and then like change the background. I made a pro wrestler who was a pro wrestler friend of mine. He made fun of me, so I turned around and I took a picture. I took one of his pictures where he was like laying down on the mat, and I put him passed out on the beach. It looked like he was passed out on the beach of Cuba.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
And other humor stuff like that. So let me know. And also on my Patreon, I post some parts of my book. I've actually got the first chapter of my book up for free. If you want to look at it and then get an idea of what what the book's like. I'm going to be, and I'm going to be posting future chapters of my newest book on future segments of my newest book and ideas that I have planned that are coming down the road for anyone who wants to join my Patreon. And I would much appreciate it, also because I have recently become unemployed.
Man, that's good luck with that. Man,
thanks.
That's awesome. Good.
Yeah.
Well, you've got a lot of imagination, and you're well read too. You've been around. You're like Will and myself. A little bit about a lot of things, Rod. I've come to know. Just chat all the times we've chatted together. I mean, we've been how long we've been streaming together now? I mean, it's got to be 3 years at least.
Yeah. Yeah, about that at least.
Thanks for being on here, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Any
I don't
other
have
last news before we?
I don't have my link, and I'm afraid if I search for it, pardon me, if I search for it, I'll lose the thing here. So I'll just simply say that just look for See Through Love on Friesen Press Bookstore under Rod Thunderheart, and I mean,
See
you
Through
can get it
Love.
on yeah, you See Through Love. You can look
Yep.
for it on Amazon too, and I still get a cut from Amazon, but I get a bigger cut from Friesen Press, and also
right.
from Friesen Press.
Yeah.
I've also Friesen Press. I've actually whittled myself down to the very minimum of what they pay their authors per cut. So I've actually only cut it down to like 200. Yeah, wait. I've cut it down to $2. So like every time and like I recently got a royalty check of like $46, which means there's 23 new copies of my book out there.
Hey, you are you are a professional writer. You're getting royalty checks. That makes you a professional writer. Well done. That's more than I can say, man. Good for you.
That's awesome.
Good for you, man.
That's excellent.
And so you cut it down so that you can move some of the books and get them out there, and it looks like it's working. Good for you, man.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, like I did it from the start actually, and like some people, including even my editor, kind of even my editor was just kind of, oh, why not? Come on, like at least go for a few bucks, you know. And like I was like, no, I want the biggest thing for me is I want to get it out there.
Yep.
As much of it out there, and of course, yeah. You know, and then my feeling is that, you know, I mean, like second and third books, I'll maybe bump it up, but I mean, like, you know, but I'm hard at work at book number 2, and I, you know, and like, and you know, I'd love people to join the Patreon for, you know, it starts at 2 and goes up at I think 30. I'll have to look it up again, but like,
right. Yeah,
but
and for $30 a month, Rod Thunderheart shows up to your house and cooks one meal a month for you. So it's fantastic.
Well, not quite, but I mean, I could make a pan of pulp, yeah, and
send you a nice email. No, Rod, you do cook though. That's not a joke. You do cook. I'd love to do a cooking show with you once, Rod. That'd be fantastic.
Sure, love to. Yeah. I mean, like I made some. And it was very, very simple the other night, because I was getting tired of having of just my protein shakes, which is good. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, like at least they're nice and healthy. But I got tired of it, and so like I made some pasta, mixed in some cooked hamburger, and then some just plain old regular cheese, and pasta pizza sauce, and pizza flavored, and then I actually. And I can't wait to get my money for my from my savings, because when that cashes out, because in my local store I found they had like several boxes of craft dinner shakers, which is the exact stuff that you put on your craft dinner.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah, no,
you can
that's.
Oh man,
that's
it's delicious. Yeah. It is. You can put it on.
Addictive. Yeah,
you can
also repair drywall cracks with it if the wall is. Yeah.
Yeah, or you can put it on your popcorn, or you can make your own, or just simply make your own craft dinner.
Of course, you'd put on a popcorn. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, you know, or if you really want to even flavor up your steaks or your beef, anything that you feel like you could shake it on. It would. It would. You know, it's good, and I want to make sure. I have like 3 or 4 of those stocked up before winter comes.
Brett Cohen says, "My trouble is Australia sending. I've had 3 things not turn up. That my brother lives there too. He says the same thing. That would." Brett Cohen also says, "I've known Rod in the community for years. Truly a good bloke. I second that.
Much appreciated.
Thank you, Rod. Thank you." Yeah. Aussie Seafood. Can you put it on a pizza?
Well, yeah, it would be great on pizza too. Man, it would be. Absolutely. Oh man, I would. You know, in fact, now you gave me an idea, and I want my next pizza. I'm gonna just. I mean, my stove is out, so I'm gonna have to. Which is why I have to come home with a pizza. But I mean, like I can still come home with a takeout pizza, and then like put that on there. Oh, now my mouth's watered.
All right, William Shakespielberg, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for helping produce this show. Thanks for being here. Do you
Much
have anything
appreciated,
you
man.
want to
Yes.
promote?
Oh, thank you guys for having me on. It's been a pleasure and a lot of fun. Well, first, I'll say congratulations to Rod Thunderheart. I wasn't aware of his progress, so that is really excellent news, and I wish you more to come in the future. I'm sure it's coming.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I don't have anything to promote right now. I do have a busy year coming up. I will be traveling to Asia this year, and so I think watching Spider-Man's shows and being part of his shows in the last few months has really given me the inspiration to take some video and more pictures in this upcoming travel that I hadn't really. Yeah, exactly. I hadn't really intended to do that. This is not exactly for pleasure per se. There's investigation work I have to do, but I will be. I will take some media material and bring it back, and would really love to bring it on one of your shows, Spidey, and show people what we found.
That would be fantastic. Yeah, depending on who knows if. I mean, I'm out there too. It'd be cool. Wouldn't that be cool to be through Asia and do a show live from Asia?
One day it'll
totally.
happen. Yeah, there's a route that I'm going to take, and so I'm sure this won't be a one-time thing. I really do expect that once I get back on board with get out of the United States and get back on board with traveling and investigations, that I will probably move to one of these destinations more or less full time. I just got to figure out which one it is.
That's
a
good plan.
Yeah. I felt so. As ironic as it sounds, when I lived in China, I felt so at home there, even though there were a lot of strange fears that you have there as a foreigner that you don't have at home. But yet, I've loved it to death.
Same when I lived in Japan. I hear you, man.
Yeah, I want to get back there. So
that feeling.
Yeah, so we'll do that. I do have a channel, and anyone's welcome to subscribe. There's only one video right now as a seed video and as a celebration for William Shakespeare's 460th birthday.
Ooh.
just for fun and as a test. Yeah,
nice.
But I will be putting content up there in probably the next 12 months or so, and I'll kind of leave that as a surprise as to what it is. I've leaked that to no one as to what's going to be coming. It'll be fun though.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and what you're, dude, if you're interested, I've got a whole bunch of upcoming shows. Like I said, well, I'll tell you, I'd like to, hopefully if everything goes well, Fermented Cinema, and I will be doing Japan this next coming Thursday. The Thursday after that, I'm hoping that I can talk that 70s rock fan, perhaps, or perhaps Dad Man Walking into doing Scotland or London, one of those, or Dad Man. I'd love to do Vietnam, because I know he's interested in World War II, U.S. military, and I know Vietnam is something that maybe he'd be interested in. So I'd love to have them both on in the future. And then, after that, I'd love to have either one of you guys on anytime in June. I'd like to talk about maybe Cambodia would be a good one.
Sure.
I've got photos of Laos, also I pulled up some from France. So I've got some photos from France from a few years back. Love to do that. And I spent a lot of time living in arguably the best ski resort destination in all of North America. That's Whistler Ski Resort. And I have some wild photos from Whistler Ski Resort of 20 years on and off living there when I wasn't traveling. So I was based there. So I've got some shots. I've got some photos that you won't find in the guidebook. Let me tell you that. So yeah, any of you want to join for Whistler, we could do that.
You sound like you haven't seen the movie. There's a television show series called Psych, and it was loosely related to Monk, but Psych was about this kid who his dad was a policeman, and he grew up, and his dad taught him to have a good memory, because if he didn't, then he would either not have dinner, or he'd get smacked upside the head or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then so ultimately his father taught him to have a photographic memory, and as a result of that, he can pick up on little cues from people that he's noticed that you can, like, because he sees somebody has two. There's cat hair on the person's wrist, and then there's cat hair on the around her ankles, and then he kind of and immediately interprets that different colored cat hair, and he immediately interprets that this woman has two different types of cats. So then he immediately talks to her, and then he says
one's
that
much taller than the other.
Well, the one thing is that as he interpreted, he said that one cat, you really have to work. One cat has no problem and rubbing up against her ankles and everything, simply because the cat obviously loves her a lot. But the other cat, the fur all over her wrist, is the cat that she really has to work for to make the cat like her back. And then she was just absolutely shocked when he pointed that out, and he was just kind of like, "How do you know that?" And then he just pointed to his forehead, and he just kind of like. He just like, I just sense that about you, and like I can see it, and then like he doesn't say he's psychic, but he pretends to be that he is, and like that's what makes it really funny. But here's the thing: it was filmed in White Rock, right on the beach. You know where have you been to White Rock?
I have. There's the garlic leaning up against the big door there. Yeah, I have been to White Rock. I accidentally almost drove through the American border, and once you're in that lane, you can't turn back. And I damn near went down that lane. That's the danger about going through White Rock.
Yeah,
and I was not in a good position to be traveling through a border, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but anyway. His front office is basically right on the beach. You know where that big dock is, where the railroad is right on the beach?
No, I was too much of a panic. No, I don't remember anything about White Rock except don't ever go back.
Okay, no. Well, no, White Rock is semi-famous because there's a train tracks that are literally like 20 feet from the beach itself, and then there's I've heard some people call it the world's longest dock. I don't know if it is, but it's definitely big and huge and long, and but anyway, it's the psych quote unquote offices were right there, just 20 feet from the tracks, but anyway, it's a really good series, and it's filmed right there. And I kind of forgot what my point was talking about. I just simply wanted to point out that it was right there on the filmed in White Rock. But you were talking about something before I went off on it.
I don't.
Sorry.
Thanking both of you for being here, and
okay. Anyway,
we'll finish with the bridge in Oporto. But Captain Nodfinity says, I was only in Shanghai once, but it was an awesome experience. Nice hall.
Yeah, thanks. I'm trying to build, and that's nothing. I'm gonna start up my Rod's Rants again, which was a blog, which I'll probably wind up converting it to a vlog, but
please subscribe to Rod, and here's Rod Thunderheart's channel right there. And please visit William Shakespielberg. William Shakespielberg. We'll get some content from you. I have no doubt soon. You gotta stop spending 3 hours on your friends' channels and
I know it's a travesty. It's a crime.
And he says, Rod, do you want to read what our co-panelist and co-host William Shakespielberg, and thanks for co-hosting both of you.
Oh, much appreciated, and it was lots of fun, and thank you, William, too, for allowing me to co-host. It was awesome, and you taught me some things, and I'm I don't mind learning at all.
Yeah.
But William says one of these days I'll get my collective shit together as well as photographs and maybe convince Spidey that we can do a China episode here. Yeah.
Absolutely. I have photos from China. I spent a month in China. Right after Japan, I had the desire to spend what little savings I saved in Japan and spend it on traveling through Asia since I was already over there. Gorgeous bookstore in Oporto, for those of you who missed it. One of the oldest in Europe.
I love books. I love libraries. I'm at the library all the time.
Well,
it's
I like the stairs coming up and the architecture of it too. But yeah, and the books, like, look at how old those books are. Gorgeous. Anyway, there's Oporto. Yeah. There's a lady selling the hammers. We'll end on that. Thanks for being here, William Shakespielberg. I hope we can do this again in China. Absolutely. Maybe in June we can set that up for June. Daniel's Hot Topics. Thanks for being here. This is a great stream, guys. Thanks for sharing these awesome pics. Most welcome. Appreciate it. Thanks so much for being here. Let's see. Yeah, got it. Did that. Okay, even better. You can sort of see the logo in the background. So, you know what?
Thanks, Lisa.
I can't help myself. Plug your ears, everybody. Plug your ears, everybody. Plug your ears, everybody. I couldn't help myself. That's just too. That's if you want to go see fireworks, you don't have to go all the way to Japan. Portugal is a 4.5-hour flight from Halifax, Nova Scotia. Probably about the same from New York City.
Fireworks, you say? Fireworks. What do you tell me? Fireworks. Of course, fireworks. Fireworks for thousands of years, man.
Fire. Ooh, fire. Brett Cohen says, Rod. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yep. William.
Yeah, Brett Cohen. I'm gonna.
What Brett Cohen said.
Brett Cohen says Rod VTuber rants. We're gonna get some We're gonna get some Rod rants. Rod.
Yep. I'm gonna start them up again.
Let's do it.
I'm already halfway through my first one.
I want to hear it.
Yeah. Awesome.
Definitely.
Before we leave, Rod, what are your? See, I said Portugal is one of my favorite countries in the world, and I couldn't even tell you in order, but I can tell you Portugal is one of them. I gotta say Australia is another, and I would probably say, Costa Rica. If Costa Rica took over Nicaragua and Panama, that would be the best. But I gotta say Costa Rica would probably be my third, even over Thailand, I would say. And sorry, Mom and Dad, but Canada's not in the top 3. It's in the top 5, but not in the top 3. Rod, what are your top 3?
Top 3? No, easily. I mean,
in any particular order.
I could go with my easiest, which is Cuba, but I'm going to say probably my number 1. I'm going to say Iceland, and then probably the UK. So somewhere down the road, and then I'm probably going to go with Norway, Sweden, Denmark, somewhere in there. Probably Denmark, but I mean, spread through there. So, just Scandinavian countries then. So, yeah, Iceland, UK, and then Scandinavia countries.
That's good call.
Yeah,
I ran out of batteries on that earpiece. And how about yourself, William Shakespielberg? Any final thoughts? And because I know Rod and I tend to talk more than our fair share.
It's perfect. I'm sitting here looking up stuff and researching, and it's great. And
thanks for helping produce, man.
If I feel like I've got something worthwhile saying, I'll speak up, and otherwise I'll keep my damn mouth shut.
Yeah. What are your three favorite countries?
My three favorite countries, as of countries I've been to, or countries that I would want to go to and I haven't been to. How about both? There it is. Here
Okay.
it comes. Here it comes.
Yep.
So my three favorite countries. Well, you know what? I am going to say number one is I'm going to say America is my favorite country because we have the most freedom in the world that I've experienced. And I haven't been a Canadian citizen. I haven't been a UK citizen, but we do have a lot of freedom here. And, obviously that can be a double-edged sword, but I see the lack of freedoms in other countries I've been to. And
yeah.
Although I come back and I miss those other places a lot more for their cuisine and then the culture, the people, and just about everything else, I come back here and I say, well, you know what? I'm able to run a small business here, and it works really well. And so I am very thankful for that. And the atrocities that we see in other countries. So I'm gonna have to put that on the list as number one. Although as far as places that I've been to that I absolutely loved and fell in love with, Uruguay, I didn't want to leave when I was in Uruguay. I just absolutely did. I was absolutely crying at the airport when I left. Yeah, and that really, that one really changed me. I was there for about 6 weeks, and I spoke almost no Spanish when I got there. And it was, that's where I put myself through a learning school because I was basically stuck for that period of time and a prisoner to my friends. I couldn't go do anything without them. So by the time I left, I was taking my own taxi rides and talking to people in clubs and at the street, and that was a life-changing experience. And then, well, I'm gonna have to say China is my third favorite that I've been to, probably mostly because I was there so long and it had such a big impact. So it's other places can't really compare to when you have such a long impact of a country and enjoyed it. And this is going back 15 years now. So this is not today's China. This is 15 years ago China, and things have changed.
That.
You've seen the show, the China show, Serpendiza.
Yeah,
when I watched those,
that's
China,
right.
the China, right. And, yeah, right.
Yeah.
And there's a couple other channels that I watch too as well that talk about what's happening there. And it is not a place that mainland China is not a place that I would care to go today, unless I absolutely had to. And anyway.
No, I have not been to the Wong Fu King bookstore. No, Brett Cohn, I have not. But I understand that. Yeah, not the China of today, but the China of
the places that I'd like to go to, though. The top places on my list are, in no particular order, Vietnam, Thailand, and Ireland, actually. Wow. Those are the places that I desire the most to see right now.
Well, how would you? All right. I don't know when I'm going to do Ireland, but if you want to co-host for that, maybe you can see what I saw there and what I maybe inspire you to go.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, right. Rod, you do. If you've any desire to, Rod, I love Ireland. I love Ireland.
100%, man.
I did a driving trip for 2 weeks, just shy of 2 weeks, around Ireland, and there was 3 of us, my partner at the time, and then a buddy
your own
of mine.
grand tour.
And the 3 of us went around, but neither one of them were either legal to or comfortable to drive. One of them didn't have a driver's license that the Irish police could read. Even though she was used to driving on that side of the road, so she couldn't drive. And then the other guy had never driven on that side of the road before. So I was the sober driver. So I didn't want to go to an Irish prison, get booted out. Sober driver for a driving trip around Ireland. So, man, next time I go, I'm not the designated freaking driver. I'll tell you that. Yeah. But, all the communist countries. I think I have been to all the communist countries because North Korea doesn't count. They're a totalitarian state. Technically, they're not a communist country. But I've enjoyed, because I could leave, I enjoyed them. But because I could leave, I definitely do not. I'm very, very aware of the flaws in communism, and I definitely am aware of that slippery slope. But they're wonderful places to visit, and the tourist spots. It's funny how the tourist spots in those countries are anything but communist. If you want to see capitalism,
very
go
capitalist.
to a tourist spot in China or Cuba, or Laos, or Lao.
You want to know something else really
Vietnam.
funny?
Very capitalist. Yeah. Right.
And very interesting tidbit is that George Lucas said that was questioned once about, he happened to mention that he'd been to Russia, and then somebody asked him, "Was like, oh, so have you talked to any filmmakers there? They probably can't make anything there, can they?" And then George Lucas gave him an answer that surprised him, which was, he was like, "Actually, they have plenty of freedom there. So the biggest, they could make films about literally anything they wanted. There was only one hard and fast rule." He said, "You just can't criticize the government. Aside from that, you can make stories about whatever the hell you want."
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Ooh, and Lisa. William, do you want to read Lisa's favorite countries, and what do you think?
Lisa says, "Oh, I'm sorry."
No,
go ahead, Will. Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, Will.
Lisa says Austria, St. Petersburg, which is Russia, right?
Yep.
And England or France. Austria would be a fantastic place to see because of all the music in Vienna in particular that I would absolutely love to go visit.
See if you can find Arnold's hometown.
Whose?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Was he from Austria?
Yep, he's from Austria.
I particularly wanted to go. I would like to go to Vienna though, and look at music history and read about Beethoven stayed a good amount of time there, and of course Mozart did as well. And you can see. I know that Mozart's. Well, last I heard, Mozart's house was still available to see, or his apartment, I should say. That would just be so incredible. And then to see some operas there and anything that they'd have. I'd love to see some musicals there. I'm a big musicals fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. In Salzburg, as well as St. Peter's, both.
In France, I've heard the south of France is actually a very particularly nice place to go visit.
I've been to Nice. Yeah, I don't. The only photos, excuse me, that was back before digital cameras. So I do have photos, and I can sit here and show you a photo album. I don't know how fun that'll be, but I haven't scanned all the photos in yet. But I do have photos of Nice, and I might be. Yeah, there's one or two beach photos I could probably hold up to the camera that are nice. But no, good. Oh, I'd love to go to. I'd love to go to Austria and England. London was my favorite city in the world for quite a while, and I loved France. Oh my goodness, France! I toured the sewers of France, the catacombs as well. Gorgeous.
Have you ever been to Venice?
Venice, Italy. I have indeed. Yep.
How long ago were you there?
1992.
Oh wow! They say
I was in Venice. I saw the Leaning Tower of Pisa before it had any buttresses in it, so we could go right up and touch it. Yeah,
I saw a video that several years ago showing that it floods every day now. Venice with tide rising, this general global tide rising. Venice floods every day.
That's what they tell you.
Well, there's people walking around. Well, so this is so maybe that's
Venice
what I thought.
Is sinking.
Yeah, right. Well,
Venice, the city is sinking.
Sinking. Maybe that's
they were telling us.
It looked terrible.
When I was there. The city is sitting. Now the people who like to say, climate change, the seas are rising. No, Venice is sinking. It's been sinking for hundreds of years. They've known it.
Oh my God. Well,
it's terrible.
This is video of people walking around in a large square, and the water is up to beyond their ankles, solid. And across the entire square is covered, and it's a daily thing now. So
it didn't smell bad when I was there. The canals didn't smell in '92. The canals didn't smell bad.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I don't know if they do now. And Monaco would be lovely. It was. I did go to Monaco. I saw the palace. I have photos. Didn't meet the prince, but again, I have photos, but they're like photos, like physical photos. I think I have them here. I do have them here, as opposed to my parents' house. Monaco was beautiful, and going along the 3 levels of highway along the Italian Riviera, because they've got the high and then the low and then the mid one, and it was gorgeous, right out of the movies, right out of James Bond or whatever. Rod, do you mind reading what our friend Brett Cohen says before and then we'll wrap up?
Yeah, he says, Rod, you look like Ming the Merciless. Maybe my small phone, but cool.
Yep.
Well, you probably can't see my cut line beard, so
that is accurate. Yep. Indeed. Well, thanks so much, both of you, for being here. Thanks, chat, for being here. For wow. So long as have I been and not been in. No, I have not been in the canals of Venice. I did fall in love in Venice with the girl that was from my province that was traveling with me it was a sort of organized through an educational institution, I guess, through the high school program. But anyway, that was very romantic, and we did, go on a gondola ride through the canals of Venice, on the Grand Canal and through the little ones. Absolutely.
Cool.
Amsterdam has more canals than Venice.
Amsterdam is so beautiful. I love that country.
We can do Amsterdam too. Love Amsterdam.
Yeah. I'm all over it. Love that.
Been there because it's so a transit. I think I've been to it 4 or 5 times. I swear, did not smoke pot the first 4 times I went to Amsterdam. Did not. I was there for the art and the architecture, the Van Gogh Museum. Yeah, we'll definitely have to do Amsterdam.
Definitely. Well, no, anyway, good for you. Yeah. But I mean, like, wow. I mean, and now we can do it in our own country anyway. So
not wrong. Yep, that's right. Exactly, Rod. Exactly. Okay, thanks, gentlemen, both of you. Wow, that was a long haul. But Portugal is just such 3.5 hours. This is the longest travel stream I've done. But Portugal,
it is.
I should have broken it up into 2 parts.
Yeah,
Porto.
I had fun, and I know William did. So
we're just with the flow. Go with the flow.
Thanks for both of you for being here. Thanks, chat, and we'll end it on a great note.
Thanks.
Thanks, everyone.